welcome to another beautiful Smite update show. I'm Titan Dandy. Nice to see y'all again, and we're looking forward to talking about update 10.4, the Lightweaver. Super excited to have y'all, and super excited to be joined by two people that y'all know and love, Aggro and Lermy. Welcome to the show, y'all.
What up?
Y'all
Super excited to be here.
Excellent. I mean, of course you are. You got a new god to show off today, along with a lot of other things. We have a new crossover event with GI Joe. We have balance. We have all kinds of things to get into. And I mean, I think the best way to get into it is just to kick it right off.
Where's the SpongeBob crossover?
Yeah. Rock and roll. Well, the first thing we want to talk about is something that y'all, we talked about last update, and we're excited to kind of bring it back. The HUD, the brand new HUD. But there are some changes this time. Y'all want to dive into that?
Yeah, I think obviously we were very excited to see.
Who's your HUD?
People did really like a lot of aspects of the HUD, but
I like
had our bumps along the way, so to speak. So obviously going through a lot of different
so they did understand the issues between console versus PC, because look at the bottom
we're
two.
Very excited to be reintroducing it here in the 10.4 update. But you also are getting a little bit more choice involved with this HUD. So now you can choose a toggle between the new and the old HUD in the settings. PC players will default to the newer HUD, and console players will default to the older HUD. So if you're a console player and you want that newer HUD update with all of its flexibility and all that kind of stuff, you can opt into that, but you aren't going to be forced to do it.
Interesting.
Ease your way kind of into using it as you get more and more comfortable.
They should have just done that to begin with.
There's a lot of really good features in the new HUD, and we understand that everyone wants to play the game as comfortably as possible, but we just want to make sure that everyone can have the experience they have.
Yeah, I agree. And as we re-release this, obviously y'all were there for the first time. Like we mentioned, there were some things that we had to work through. But we did that because of y'all's feedback, and I think I speak for all of us when I say, again, we're looking for that feedback. As we re-release, we're
that's all well and good, but where's Durag Amir?
Yo, where the hell is Durag Amir?
Love and enjoy.
Surely they're going to eventually do that, right?
Thank you for what you already provided.
That's easy money.
I'm looking forward to using the new HUD again. I really like that.
Oh, me
yeah,
too.
Definitely had some setups cooking that I'm excited to get back to.
The map right in the middle of the screen was perfect, map awareness was always on point.
Yeah, I saw some really crazy HUDs that I'd love to see it in practice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, gotta see those pro HUDs at you. So, all right, well, super cool. So from there, we're gonna dive into another exciting new thing, a GI Joe crossover event. Huh?
They always bring out the weirdest crossovers.
And they're just trying to buy every IP they can.
Boy, yee. Cobra.
We need more skins.
Yes. No Cyrus skin, or am I? Oh wait.
Alright.
Oh, so it's just Susanna, Oyi, and.
Oh, so all three of them get 2 skins.
Neath, 2 hunters.
I mean, that's cool and all, but when is Colin or Fafnir gonna get a new skin?
And
where's SpongeBob?
That's super exciting.
Absolutely
love it. Incredible. And
like they did Magic, The Gathering. They did.
Yeah, absolutely iconic name. We've got a lot of really awesome crossovers in Smite, and getting a lot more of these iconic IPs to work with our game has been really, really exciting. And I mean, GI Joe has been around for so long and has such a great storied history, and so many really awesome characters, and to get a chance to see them brought to life in Smite has been really, really cool.
Let me tell you, as someone who had not known all that much about GI Joe before, when I told my dad that I got the chance to work on this, dude, he was so excited. I couldn't believe it. I had definitely seen some of the films before, but I have learned to have a new appreciation for GI Joe and all of its work around that, because it's just such a fun franchise.
Yeah, and again, an absolute classic. Much like you, I was somebody that I knew of it, but I only knew the basics.
You ever into
I was only a basic fan.
Nope, I never really cared for it.
Talk to people who, I mean, I've seen pictures of people who have
I watched like
collections
1 or
in their
2 of the movies
basement.
that came out, and they're okay.
Our super fans.
Yeah, with all of our crossovers,
crazy.
We have super fans, and it's really cool seeing that energy come out, because something that I think is really cool at Hi-Rez is we'll pull we'll pull inspiration from any. It doesn't matter where you work. If you're not a skin designer, like they're gonna be like, hey, you know this a lot. Come talk to us.
You've already done Nickelodeon stuff.
Come out of the company and be like, hey,
Marcus, Patrick.
Always really cool to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so let's start looking at. We're gonna do some card art. We're gonna go some in-game for some.
I'm excited for this.
Let's start off with Baroness Neath.
Yeah, I mean, just an absolute.
I want Hercules to be the strongman wrestler version of SpongeBob.
Characters just have so many great options, but I mean, come on,
Rick.
It works perfectly.
It does, absolute slam dunk. Also, I can't get over the nostalgia warning on the label there.
Leads to longer life and joy. Knowing is half the battle.
Across this crossover, and like you were talking about, you couldn't get over the details. I'm looking at that weapon there, that Cobra. Insanely detailed. I mean, that's probably my favorite.
Snake.
Yeah, I can't agree more. And also, like, this goes without saying, but with every crossover, it's really cool to see two logos next to each other, and Hi-Res being a logo I'm familiar with, right next to Hasbro.
Yep.
It's absolutely incredible to see. Like it gives me chills to know I was able to work on something like this. So
Hasbro games.
Next on the list, we have Snake Eyes Susanoo.
Yeah, I mean, this is. When you think of GI Joe and
like Snake Eyes, that's like the only character I really know.
Everybody had the action figures
that's the only one I remember.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody else.
Snake Eyes
Where's Joe?
The top of that.
Where's
Joe?
He's that guy.
Where's Joe?
He's built. Like, let's be real.
Completely.
What happened to Joe?
And like the way that the armor looks.
Hello, Joe.
Just absolutely incredible.
You listen in school,
Yeah.
Joe.
In game, it is so cool. Like the effects and all that kind of stuff. The effects team, as always, putting in a ton of work. In particular,
Joe.
I think people are going to be really excited.
And like you said, with in-game, there are certain things you can really appreciate in-game. So let's dive in with Snake Eyes Susanoo and get a look at it.
Why not Neath?
So excited for this one. Look at him.
Sneak in, being all ninja-like.
That's what he do.
Oh, look at the red flashes.
So
Even the basic attacks look sick.
Yep.
That's so awesome.
Oh,
and,
the sound is crisp as hell, though.
He famously doesn't speak.
Yeah.
Nope. So a lot of these non-verbals we had to get a little bit creative with, make sure that you can still tell that you're playing against Susanoo, but Snake Eyes Susanoo specifically.
Yeah, the vow of silence rings true in character creation, which is an interesting challenge for sure. But I'm proud of our team's work in doing that.
Yeah, that was.
I want to hear the one sound again. It's so nice.
And it's like, okay, nice, I get to do Snake Eyes.
They're just not gonna do it.
What do I do for Snake Eyes? That was a fun challenge for us.
Yeah, you'll see a little bit later. We had a very fun creative solution with this one where he's actually talking to Scarlet, another one of our skins over the intercom. Although he's not really talking, it's more so Scarlet talking to him. And relaying all the information that he's got to know for the Joe squad to really get in there.
That's really cool. Yeah, I can imagine for writing for this, it's exaggerated grunts, like just stuff like that.
No
it's all right.
No grunts either. Yeah.
That's no noise.
Silent.
No noise at all.
Wow.
Yep.
Absolutely, we're breaking new ground here in the game design. That's
for sure.
Absolutely crazy.
I'm not entirely sure.
See this one. Next.
That's too bad because I don't really, to be honest, I don't really care about these skins just because I don't have any attachment towards GI Joe.
This like pair of the HUD GI skins are probably some of the coolest HUD GI skins in the game, just because he's not.
Oh, I recognize this guy.
Nope. He's got a gun.
Yeah.
I do kind of look like Magneto.
Who decided that was a
little bit.
The Cobra Commander.
True.
Cobra Commander. Yeah. Angry Joe used to.
Yes, another classic Cobra move here by the Cobra Commander. I mean, again, when you think of GI Joe and its iconic characters, like
you think
Cobra
of me.
Commander, I mean, it is just obviously at the forefront of everybody's mind, and I think it turned out really, really well with HUD GI.
I agree, and it's just the costume design too. Being able to see these famous costumes, see these nostalgic looks brought into Smite, always gives me chills. And again, I can never get over looking at these, and I want to go in game for this one too. So let's check it out in game.
Yo, look at him.
Look at that.
He looks
like
small
cape,
too.
what do you call that?
We're all small.
A little cape.
This is an odd skin for HUD GI.
Yeah, whenever we need to do these skins that really push
it's coming out of a small pistol.
Changes to the god, I think that's something that a lot of players get really excited.
Let me see the
for.
jump.
There will be a lot of players.
Oh, that's
love
cool,
the
I guess.
of this
The one is weird.
Skin as opposed to some of his other skins. And,
it doesn't seem as like it's a powerful ability. It doesn't seem like it's powerful though.
Pretty
have a little
frequently
pea
because
shooter.
they are a lot more difficult and present a lot of art challenges and all that kind of stuff. But
also, I don't think of like a gun as being able to
Team
ricochet and
really delivers, I
think of like an arrow. I don't know.
This one certainly does deliver.
I certainly couldn't.
I think it's cool. It's a little.
Really good.
I think they're reaching here.
Play against it, and just in general see it in game.
Dude, the little
I love
flip,
these crossovers. And the jetpack too,
It's
right?
so
The 3 is pretty cool though.
Look at him go.
Cool. You got Cobra Commander. You've got that flair, like the dramatics. So.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well,
okay.
Let's check out Scarlet Neat.
Oh, this one's so fun.
So about
I
the
am a
pea
big
shooter.
Scarlet
It seems
fan.
like a weak
I think
weapon,
she
and
is
it's like
just,
shooting out a bunch of like
perfect,
crazy stuff.
like kind of go-getter boss lady, and she really loves to get it done. She's a no-nonsense kind of individual, and she really fits the niche.
You don't know.
I think she has a lot of acrobatics. She was trained to kind of be like that really talented fighter. Although she also has the brains to go behind it as well. She is
curious, like
one
the
of
sales
more,
on like
intelligent
these skins.
people. I forget exactly what they're called, but she does a lot of the
there's some people
reporting
that
to
just
Snake
buy all
Eyes
the
when he's
skins.
out and about. But she is not afraid to get her hands dirty as well. So
yeah, I would
Jeez.
say from what research I did as well, like not only is that all true, but I also learned that one, she is like so important that she has secret duties that not even the Joes know about. So like that's how crazy like in the work she is. She has stuff that even the Joes are like, listen, we don't know what she's got the secret missions.
you just trust
She's
her.
got the
But
secret
also, Joe
sauce.
fans, correct me violently, I'm sure you will. if
They
I'm
let her
wrong.
cook.
Pretty sure that she's a Georgia like she was born in Georgia, so
Ooh.
kind
Wow.
born and raised like right up there. So gotta love somebody who represents. Let's go in game.
No.
Yes, look at her and her very fancy crossbow that shoots
True.
out bolts of energy. Love it.
That
It's
is a
future
fancy crossbow for sure. You don't see those everywhere. Oh, the Joe
The
logo.
logo.
Not even
That
holding
is
it with
so
two
good.
hands.
So awesome. Love those
One-handed.
little. Those
She's
little
reloading it.
rails, in the
Her
target
other
and all that kind of
arms
stuff.
just
Yeah.
dangling
Oh,
on
it
her
makes me
side at
regret
all
playing on
times.
instant casts. Yeah.
It's just there. She doesn't even need
And
it.
then you
lose a
can
bit of that.
check
This
out the weave as
skin
well. Her
is
passive
kinda-
has a fancy little bit in
Oh,
there,
that's
but this
cool.
is a
That's
really
so
sick.
cool.
That's pretty
ultimate.
cool, though.
Wow. I actually didn't. I'm kind of an insta shooter.
Yeah.
Because people always tell me, "Hey, I need ethal," and I'm like, "Okay, it's coming," and then they're like, "Where is it?" It has to come across the map.
You're not just sitting in it all the time.
No.
That's how mine.
I didn't pull an Emily.
Oh, it's a grenade.
Yes. Yeah. You gotta just sit there and.
Yeah,
and
all you have
charge
to do
the
is
ult.
you have to do is get ult and then sit in base. You're done at that point.
Yep.
You're just global ult assist. So
That's all you have to do when you play Neath.
exactly, that's how I do it. That's nobody's ever complained. All right, well, cool.
These,
So next up,
This
let's
has to
check
be the
out,
weakest skin.
How about we do Storm Shadow, Susano? Let's do that one.
This is another favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Storm Shadow is a really interesting character because
Oh, they're
it
going
has
through
this kind
all of them.
What was the conflict, internal conflict going
Yeah.
on between him and Snake Eyes, where they train together, so they're like, friends. They want to look out for each other, but because of certain actions that happened in Storm Shadow's past, he got to be in Cobra, and so they have to fight against each other now. And Storm Shadow's not the happiest about that.
Damn, I don't know
but
who this
He
is.
will be loyal to Cobra for a while.
Yeah, that's super cool to see. And again, you love good writing like that. Like he does work with the bad guys, but it's not like he wants to. Like there are stakes for him. He has to do it.
Exactly.
So always makes for incredible writing and incredibly good art. I just love all of these. There's so
Wrap it up.
Yeah. So we have one more card art to look at that I'm super excited to show y'all, and that's Duke Huyi.
Okay, they're not.
Yeah, Duke. Really excited to add him to the
Dick?
lineup. I mean, definitely a big character.
they're adding a
throughout
Dick
the G.I.
skin?
Joe franchise and part of some pretty iconic moments there, and kind of like what Lermy was saying with Scarlet, where on the surface it seems like it's just. Is he just default army guy? And it's like, no, he's got a lot of really interesting.
kinda looks like it.
background
He kind of does
story
look
and
like
yeah.
default army guy. I'm not
master of
gonna
many
lie.
Like one of those
languages
toy
and
soldiers.
really intelligent,
Yeah.
as well as being
Toy
a great
Story.
leader and
Oh no.
soldier. So really.
I'm gonna be honest, this is kinda
character
weak.
here, and I think that just like Cobra Commander Ho Yi
KSI, I can't
Oh,
be
ye-
bothered.
looks so cool,
Blood.
like very
Yeah.
unique
Mhm.
feel in a really awesome way.
Yeah, and one you'll definitely have to see in game. We're not showing you that. We got to leave some surprise for y'all.
Yeah.
So another cool thing.
Guys,
about him, and
I don't really
correct
think
me if
there's
I'm
a
wrong,
surprise
but
there.
Facts I remember. The jump school he graduated at the top of his class from, also in Georgia.
Also
So
in Georgia.
I just
Oh,
know
you
the
remember
Georgia.
that
Wow,
one?
that's
Yep.
so
I-
interesting.
So this is going to be an event
Awesome.
coming.
Awesome. I can't wait to share that information.
So you've seen
My
some of
honest
the events
reaction
in
to
the past.
that.
You'll know how we do our events. We've got a lot of cool content, so we'll have those 6 skins that you just saw, as well as 2 really cool cosmetic packs you can get. So, and I would also I feel terrible if I didn't shout out an absolute legend, and Yannick Paquette.
Wait, so this isn't a
did
battle
lot of
pass,
the art for
right?
This stuff. helped work on this, and absolutely incredible.
Because if it's not, then there's a 100% chance I'm not buying
Wonder
this.
Woman, one world, I believe. Like I'm excited, so I'm.
Because if they make the skins like what they usually do, where it's like 600 per skin, 600 gems, I'm not doing that. It's like, I don't know, like 40-50 bucks to get all the skins.
Instead of being part of the battle pass.
Yeah, because Avatar was part of the battle pass, and I bought that.
I mean, regardless, I'm not gonna. Like, I don't really care about GI Joe, so.
Well, yeah, I have enough gems to buy the battle pass. I would do it just because, but.
100%.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, now that we've talked about that, it's time to get into the into the business. Let's talk about some
into the stuff that we actually care about.
Nitty gritty time.
Little nitty gritty time. All right. So we got the pros here, and we're gonna start off talking with some blue buff change. So.
Oh.
Let's go. The weakest buff.
Oh boy. All right. So
everyone hates
Soul
it.
Laners.
Yes.
Since the change into year 10, you know, we had to remove a little aspect of blue buff previously
That's actually
to
really
incorporate
good.
the silver buff, and so. We understand that has been the feedback.
Oh, it's
that,
a glad
you know,
shield.
we want blue buff to do something else other than give you
minions.
mana. So we got you, Soul Laners, we got you. Now when you pick up the blue buff, enemy lane minions hit by your damaging abilities will now take an additional 5 true damage. But that's not all. Enemy jungle bosses hit by your damaging abilities will take an additional 3% of their current health in true damage. And then, of course, you know, you got.
Wait, does that count fire giants?
As always, when you have that extra
I don't think
damage,
so.
So your King Arthurs aren't doing a billion damage to fire giants and whatever. So,
no.
But yeah, blue buff does something.
Is that gonna be a glitch
extra
in the
damage?
Game?
Yeah, I really wanted to, like Lermy said, you know, losing that CDR component, lost a little bit of interest in blue buff, particularly as the game went on. But it's hard to put really game-changing effects on a buff because they aren't guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And so if your buff gets invaded, if you're losing
why don't they
experience, which you always are,
bring it back to the original like cycle to where like it lasts longer too?
Then it just starts to snowball a little bit too quickly. So we felt like this was a good spot to start.
Wait, they took the 10% CDR off?
Game will help your clear. We might see different types of soul laners start to rise because they get this increased clear.
Does that count for Joust too?
Risk involved in that because
no, I think it's only Conquest.
Okay.
So, and then of course the enemy jungle bosses, so that it.
Oh, I'm guessing because of CDR to warriors.
That's something that I think is really exciting because previously blue buff kind of has never really scaled to that kind of level where it is so important in the late game.
Yeah.
So you could be seeing a lot more invades onto blue.
This is a really big buff though. I don't think it's the worst anymore actually.
With this change,
especially with it being right next to Fire Giant, I think we could definitely see some interesting fights there.
Incredible. Well,
okay, so it does. I guess I don't know. They're alluding to it. Do it does?
Overshadowed by the next spicy change.
Oh
yeah. If it does,
why did I tell you to take blue? I should have taken blue.
Sorry, mid laner. Tell us what's up.
All right. Well, we have game-wide percentage pin changes. Let's get into that.
Oh my god.
So, we've heard a lot of the talk about the state of the game and how fast people are dying.
Warriors.
Obviously something that we're always keeping a big eye on. And we hear what the community is saying, and we feel it in the same way that they are. And this is
so now all the items are going to have weird numbers.
It's a good step in the right direction.
Like 12%
we're interested in hearing community feedback, and once you
it's
get your
like
hands on it,
a 25% decrease.
You know, if this is giving you the desired feeling that everyone is looking for, but percent pen being so ubiquitously available.
It's just going to make tablet even better.
On a variety of items, and we do like that it is more
accessible. Does this really change all that much? Do you really get up to 40%?
And you're done.
Yeah, you do.
That created a lot of power spike issues and power curve issues.
Because you go Rod. Oh well, actually, I forgot now that Doomorb now has percent pen.
You easily get the 40%.
And all the 10% items. Down to 8%.
People are going Doom Orb,
everything's moving
Rod,
down,
and Spear the Magus.
Value, you know, 2 of the old 20% items will get you.
Okay, so
just like
Pipe and Fang, Chiron's, Obshar now
still interacting all the same ways, but just removing some of this penetration should address 2 things. Number 1, late game death
making me have to do math
how fast people are dying.
Dominance is not bound by the cap. That's right.
Every character. Because now there are a lot of auras that give a lot of protection.
It's basically the same as it used to be.
Fairly high. This
still
pen change will matter.
Worse off though, but I think it's good.
But we've also heard a lot of feedback from tank players that they aren't feeling impactful.
So you're still gonna be buying the same amount of the same items.
Early game is feeling pretty strong.
Yeah.
But once they get to late game, you know, you buy your Spectral, which we'll talk about. You buy your other things. and they're still feeling like they take too much damage.
Especially for Conquest.
By reducing this pen cap,
the whole laners
have
were the
them
worst
still impactful
position they've been in a
without
while. They just get shut down.
Because that's something that we've talked a lot
Late
about.
game, you build full tank,
I think that overall we are pretty happy with the threat
for Joust though.
Frontliners impose on backline. You know how threatening via damage warriors and guardians are.
Yeah, your mage and hunters are doing a lot less damage to the tanks.
Space,
yeah.
Right now, certainly
I
never
feel like
perfect,
double tank is going to be even better now.
We don't think that that's going to be a system that we need to really dive deep in at this exact moment.
I wonder
if they're gonna. I wonder if they're. I feel like this alone is a good change. Now, in typical high-res style, though, I feel like they're going to go overboard, and they're going to now not only
change across the game.
I mean, nerf mages and hunters and
testing, I think it's felt really good.
They're also gonna buff the shit out of tanks now. Watch.
Well, yeah, they're gonna overcorrect.
Yeah,
they're gonna overtune it.
Because we tend to move all around the map when we're playtesting, making sure that we're hitting every single roll, and so from a variety of them.
Hunters need to be nerfed.
Like you said,
now.
Not so much impacting the damage from squishies
Afro
to squishies
nerf.
or tanks to squishies. It's more so that squishy to tank ratio, making sure the tanks are feeling impactful,
Please.
not by their damage.
What were you thinking?
And even in those squishy versus squishy engagements, the burst damage is definitely noticeably affected by
you
this
see Afro and
that's something we're also keeping an eye on.
Fucking 3/4 of all your games.
They're all bans.
But we hear
in
what the
Conquest,
saying about
Joust.
late game burst damage against frontline and against backline, and we think that we've got a couple of really good plans in the pipeline in order to address that.
Yeah, and that sounds great. As a support player, for one thing, that sounds incredible because, I like being able to get in there and have these sustained engagements where I agree. As a tank, I shouldn't be bursting down the backline, but being able to get in there and utilize my kit to either peel or to keep somebody still so that my damaging teammates can do what they need to sounds great. And even
does this make
on those rare occasions,
flat pen
somebody squishy and damage dealing
by default a little bit better?
More time to survive so that you can do a little more skill expression. It's not just I missed my jump or I didn't dodge
the was already good.
Fight. It's
just make it even better.
That skill or develop that skill, I guess. Sounds super good to me. Yeah. So I'm really excited.
Honestly, at that point, why would you even go percent 10 when you could just go
exception items that aren't really the 20%, 10%, 5%?
Yeah.
What, Soul Reaver?
Fusion's glyphs is seeing a decrease in its protection reduction.
I still think the items that hold the percent pen are still really good, like Rod, where they buff the shit out of that and Doom Orb. So.
And then we have a couple of shifts actually for Soul Eater and Atalantis that are no longer percent pen, and now they are just 10 flat pen each.
Nice.
So that should
damn.
Cap us off real nice and easy.
Cap us off real nice.
There we go.
The 20 to 16 is
Pele's enjoying that.
Karen's Coin, Typhon's Fang, Dominance, like all of those are 20 to 16. And I mean, absolutely crazy the number of items there. And then the 10 to 8, like you said, the Crusher, Hydra's Lament, Heartseeker, Silver Branch, Fail Not, Demon Blade. Like so many items getting affected by this. It's a huge change, but like you said, I think this is going to be a cool.
Such a weird number to go off of 32.
I know how much y'all test. I always see y'all in there doing tests. So excited to see that. Excited to see
like a 30.
Get your hands on it and let us know what you think. Especially in PTS early on, and then as the patch goes live. But
of course,
really cool. So was there anything else we need to get into for the penetration, or
no, I think that covers us on pen?
I think that's it. So we're gonna take pen and we're gonna put it over here. And now I move on
to this box,
to tanks.
Kind of on the opposite side, to tanks. So let's talk about the tanks.
All right, so again, tanks have kind of been in an interesting spot, right? We want to make sure that they're feeling impactful throughout all parts of the game. So the first part is specifically towards our soul laners.
Pen was already good.
Our supports, if you really are feeling like picking up Tainted Steel. So one thing is that, especially with the change to healing in the season of Hope, we wanted to make sure that our anti-healing options
120.
And so we actually are changing this up just a little bit.
Are they going to do that to try and counter Afro without actually countering Afro?
Additional sustain from this item going from
I guess healing in general
of what you anti-healed to 120% of that anti-healing. So you're going to be healing. You're not only are you anti-healing more, but you're also healing more from that. So it's a pretty solid bump up to the sustain of that item. You might actually start
Is it though? I mean, I guess it's even better counter pick, but
stealing that healing.
Well, I actually the other one, the magical defense version, is actually recently been better because of the
up a little bit, I think
so you'll be feeling
the lower
life
steal cap
even more.
The lower healing cap.
Super excited for that. I have a buddy who busts this item out every time we play Omnipotence, and he doesn't die ever. So All right, well, let's keep going down the tank line. Blessed Scepter, good old buff.
Yeah, this is the tier 1 of the new physical healer items.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit too
actually good
for what it was giving you. It was
solo lane.
700. It restricted your solo lane start options a little bit
tier
more than
1,
like.
but increased
So that's
the
just
tier
getting
2
decreased by 50
because you would buy that
tier
first
two
item, and you would only be able to buy like a couple pots. Now you can buy an extra one.
Level 1 in Conquest,
game.
starting in solo with your solo starters, and making sure that feels like you can actually get the correct amount of potions and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Got it. All right.
Just
So
adjusting the start
a little bit of a fire sale first off, but they're making up for it in tier 2. So super cool. Tainted Amulet also having a bit of a change.
Walking this back a little bit to our other talk from
Okay.
Tainted Steel. This is just the upgrade, just making it the same.
Jumped through it a little bit. So well, yeah, cool stuff to that. So round
weird-ish buff.
Yeah, round shield again.
I mean,
kind of
it's already
like
a good item.
Wasn't quite giving you enough, but instead of cost, we decided to just increase the stats a little bit on round shield. As those stats were not exactly
I
wowing.
still don't know if you're gonna buy this first item.
More power for it.
And then Glad Shield kind of following the shield line.
Yeah, similar along those same lines. Glad Shield, is an item that has a storied history. To say the least. A lot of times in Smite's history.
These are just like really small buffs. I don't really think changes anything.
Little tweaks.
And we didn't want to increase its offensive capabilities. That's something that we are very clearly monitoring and all that kind of stuff. So
I think Glad Shield though. I don't know, brother.
Efficiency.
Yeah.
By doubling its cost and increasing.
I know it feels better, but like
a little bit more.
They're trying to counterbalance it by buffing tanks, but just like very incrementally. They're like, no, just a small bit, just a small.
This is an item that we saw a lot in PTS.
Ooh, 100's pretty decent.
Increased passive
we
trigger.
did do a couple of changes to it in the past.
40
that,
plus 2.
Decreased its effectiveness by what I would argue is quite a lot. Scientific
term.
Damn, that's significant.
So we're doing a little bit extra adjustment to it to give it a little bit of its potency back. We're not trying to make it as crazy as it was when we initially.
So you're doing like 80 per stack instead of
or anything like that.
No.
But we are
60?
trying to get a little bit better to increase its chances of being picked up. So what we're doing for it is decreasing its cost because it was a little bit prohibitively expensive.
So 80 instead of.
Just a little bit more
I don't know how many stacks you get.
In that component where you take damage and then you deal
I
some
don't
back.
build this item, so I don't know what's passive.
Again, it's magical damage, not as.
Isn't it like 4 stacks? Somewhere around there.
Whenever you get 4 stacks, then when you get somebody back,
magical. Yes.
it's them total stacks. I don't know what the.
You might be doing like an extra 100 damage in total.
We're taking
You would have max stacks.
Over to the side. Now this box is just very individualized, very specific. Bloodforge getting a bit of a nerf.
Yes.
Yeah, Bloodforge was kind of this for fun item for a long time, and then it messed around, and
the item was fine.
Didn't see play, and then it got a bunch more buffs, and then we ended up where Bloodforge is one of, if not the most popular item in the game right now.
It should be like 60 power, dude.
Decrease this physical power a little bit. That's still an item that we're
then
looking
attack
at.
speed, then more power. What did you expect was going to happen?
A patch goes in, and then there's a bunch of community discussion afterwards, and it's like, we wish we could do that.
I mean,
this very second, but we have to wait until
I still think it's good.
bonus or the next patch, or
Obviously,
however it
but
works. But Bloodforge, for now, decreasing the cost, going to keep a close eye on it, and make sure.
I still think you're gonna buy it, but it might pivot some of the builds.
Sounds good. Yeah, you gotta love when something kind of gets not even shadow patch. It's just people are like, we don't care, and then finally somebody picks it up.
Might bring Aussie back into play a little bit.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, it definitely does.
You'd be
Give
surprised.
Aussie especially.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Give
So
Aussie flat pen and get rid of like 10 power off of Aussie.
Starting
45
with
power,
Book
10
of
flat
Thoth,
pen.
getting a little bit of a nerf actually.
Yeah, so we've been loving the build diversity that we're seeing.
Oh,
another nerf.
I don't know if you should have done
Looking at
that.
the popularity of certain items, it seems like not all the builds have caught on.
Whoa,
there's still one that
look
seems
at
to be
the
rising
decreased
above the
mana.
rest in terms of its popularity, and that is the library
no.
build,
The
or buying
library
every
build.
single item in the book
225
tree.
decreased mana.
So our number one offender seems to be Book of Thoth here, which is one of the most, like you said it earlier, popular items in the game to buy as a mage.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we are taking back the mana. So we're not actually directly decreasing any of its power, but we are going to say, hey, you're not.
No,
getting as
I'm
much
definitely
mana
not. I
for
wasn't
simply
already really
buying and
building
stacking
Book
this
of
item
Thoth
anymore. If you want
anyways.
to
No,
get that
because the
synergy,
Spirit
you're
Desolation
gonna have to
rush
buy
anyway.
even more mana than you were before,
Yeah.
or you're just, if you're buying the same
Plus,
build,
it's
it's
just
gonna be a
easier to
little
get
bit less effective
MP5.
overall.
Right.
But
They-
that also
Doom
goes
Board is being
for the
built more.
upgrade as well.
They need to
It's
nerf
evolved
fucking
with
Spirit
the
Desolation
Thoth,
if they're
just
gonna do this.
decreasing it from 1,000
They need to
mana
increase. They need
to
to revert the cost.
775 overall. Depending on that stack value.
Yeah.
Actually,
cool. I mean, Bye-bye library build.
No,
Not
this
really
is
bye-bye,
they
but
nerfed.
like
They already
definitely toned down a
nerfed
little bit.
the
Yeah,
percentage
hitting them
pen,
books,
and then
man.
you were saying that
Smite,
flat pen
the game
makes
of
it better.
So next up, Tablet of Destiny is getting a little bit of a nerf as well, looks like.
Yeah,
I'm fine with
again,
this.
Like Lermy said, we know that there's a lot of diversity in the builds right now, but
Man.
this was a build that we still felt like, especially at the casual level, we were seeing a little
It
bit
used
more
to
than
be
we wanted
8.
to.
Yeah.
And its power level was a bit higher than we wanted it to be, so just a small damage decrease.
Well, now wait.
Tablet
It
also
went from
fixing an issue
8 to
where it wasn't
14
dealing
to
quite
12
the
to 10
correct
now,
amount
right?
of damage.
A
Yeah.
couple small bugs there.
Yeah, just a little small
Decided
tweaks.
when out
Shouldn't
increment
be
stacks
super
and then deal
noticeable, I don't
damage in
think,
that
but,
order on each trigger.
Now it is working the way that we
Oh,
intended it
okay.
to work, but now dealing 0.1% of
Mm.
your mana per stack,
Got it.
and not 0.12.
Excellent. Now, that is the last of the items, but before we move on,
Mm.
very
And Mages are getting
both of
shafted
y'all
this patch, huh?
answer this question.
To be fair, it's
Tablet
okay.
just an old-fashioned
But
build?
they need to nerf hunters.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah, we literally were like,
Bloodforge
what
and the
is an
pen
old
changes
sounding
affect them as
book
well.
when we were naming that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like-
actually is,
Really?
it's a
Yeah, that
Babylonian
is-
item, so it's the first Babylonian item in Smite, which is very cool.
Lord.
Hmm.
I
I was just
They
asking.
They actually
You got a
need to
lore
maybe
drop.
nerf
All right,
crit.
there you
I'll
go.
keep trying for that.
What new
All right,
item?
so we're moving into gods now, and this
Ooh.
one's gotten a lot of chatter, especially since
Really?
the last update. Yeah, you'd
Are
be
you sure?
surprised to hear.
I don't think I've heard anything
Bro.
about
I
this
know.
god.
Y'all
Alright,
are
so-
gonna think you're serious. They're gonna think
We're
you're
now not
serious.
really
That's what
building
I'm
Book of
saying,
Thoth
but-
ever, and then Tablet's going to be
Now,
even more
we've seen
niche.
Nerfs coming out of
Yeah.
this crazy healing patch. What's going on with Aphrodite?
Yeah, a few might be an understatement.
Yes.
I was trying to ease him into it, but all right,
Yeah.
more than a few.
So
That really nerfs
Aphrodite,
Tablet. Damn.
You know,
Yes.
had seen quite a lot of buffs to kind of get her
Quite a
ready
lot of
for the season of
buffs is
Hope
an
zone
understatement.
How about you go
just
ahead
because
and
she's one of
revert
those
all
characters
that?
really heavily relied
5%.
on. But it
Doesn't
turns
really do
out that
much.
when you buff Aphrodite
I wasn't
in a bunch
even
of ways, that she
aware
becomes
of the
number
movement
one
speed.
most
It was
winningest
the
god every
fucking
single game of the game,
protections.
so
That's
that
still a lot
was
of
something.
protection.
It needs to be like 10. They need to half that shit, bro.
So
Someone's
anyway,
got to be number one.
Yeah.
it was Afro, and she was the leading lady a little bit. So
was.
she had to take the spotlight for a
True.
second, but we're making sure that she's not staying in the
Are
spotlight.
you sure about
because
that?
we hear you guys. We
No,
understand that
she's gonna
it can
stay
be a
in the
little bit
spotlight.
frustrating. So let's actually talk about what's going to
Actually,
change.
the nerfs
First
to
things
the
first,
damage from
this
mages
might
and
have been the
hunters
feedback
is
that we
actually
heard the most, is that it's just
Afro
giving
even
too
more.
many protections.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh.
going down by
Oh,
5% to her
tank, yeah.
soulmate. Additionally, she's also giving less movement speed. So not only are you, the soulmate, less tanky, but you also will be moving less quickly, which is
5%
But
though.
you're
but
still,
good
you're
for
still
everybody
moving
else. Yeah, good for
14% quicker, and
Love
also
Birds
you're
as well
still
is getting an
15% more
increased
tanky as
cooldown
well.
by 2 seconds from 14 to 16, and we're also
Yes,
decreasing that
that's
CDR
good.
that you and allies are getting from 0.25
By
to 0.05.
0.05
And also
difference.
the heal's going down because we also were
Okay.
looking at the healing of each individual
That's fine.
healer that they were giving out. On Afro actually was doing a slight amount more than she used to by
And that's
average.
significant.
So we're
I
taking
still
that
think
down
she's going to be
just a
top
smidge to
tier.
make sure that
I don't know about that
she's still
healing. It's
obeying
only
the
2.
laws
They
of
didn't
the
decrease the
game.
plus
Yeah.
2 per
The
level,
laws of
so I
the
don't
game.
really
The most incredible healer
know.
ever.
No, she's
So,
still going to be in the
which, I
same
mean, you know,
spot
you can
she's
still
in
do
this
it. I believe in
patch.
y'all being the most incredible
not
healer
They're gonna
ever.
nerf her
You
again.
just have to work for it a little bit
Half
more.
though, because that's
Sorry.
if
Hey,
that's it.
severe-
Oh no.
Cool. So,
Severely-
yeah, those
she
are
was
big nerfs.
severely
Looking forward to
overtuned.
that.
She's like a
On you
complete.
next on the chopping block.
Everything of her
Guan Yu,
shit needs to
again,
be cut in fucking
taking a look
half.
at a lot of these healers
Yeah.
that were heavily affected by the changes
That's
in
fine.
Season of Hope launch.
Guan is
Guan
kind of
Yu,
disgusting right
when
now.
looking at healing numbers in particular and how his win rate changed from pre healing overhaul to post healing overhaul. Guan's was one of the few heals in the game that already functioned in the way that we changed every other heal to work, where it
Yeah.
didn't scale off of power in any way. It only was just per level.
Yeah.
So with everyone else kind of being brought to his healing level, the buff that he got, and the new healing items, he was just ever so slightly overperforming. And we felt like this made sense to fit the overall messaging that we want to go for, which is we want everyone to be healing less, which he was, but not by quite enough.
Got it. Well, that makes sense.
And overall,
Excellent,
it's fine.
Continuing down the path, Chernunos also getting a nerf.
That's
What
another
did you just say?
feedback that we heard from the
Chernunos.
community is
That's
we're
right.
tired of
Chernunos?
seeing Chernunos and
That's
Ishtar
right.
every game. And you know
He
what?
said it
I'm
correctly.
only a little bit offended by that. But that's okay. That's okay. We're listening. So first up for Chernunos. you know, we had a lot of debates on what the best nerf for Karnos would be because he's one of those characters that, like Ishtar, has really solid clear. Is really just good at clearing waves, clearing the jungle. That first wave pressure that he keeps is pretty good, and he scales very well into the late game.
Autumn DK would not only reduce Fizz.
Shifter of Seasons.
Decrease Autumn DK's
He's now
physical
only
protection,
going to
bro.
reduce physical protections because reducing both is, you know, it's quite a bit of utility. When we looked at a lot of the other hunters in the class that also had this same style of protection reduction, it was only for physical characters and not for magical as well. So we thought that, okay, I mean, that's a good solid way for him to really only affect his damage and the other physical characters on his team and not so much benefit those other characters.
Yeah.
But additionally, that's not all.
Does he really
We've
get
also just
fucking
decreased that
25
protection
flat
reduction
pen
by a very
in his
solid
one?
amount.
Jesus.
Especially early.
Yeah, early game.
Max rank, it's more or less the same. You know, one protection is basically not noticeable. But this is also something that we heard from pro players, where CERN has been really popular for a long time now.
Yeah.
That they felt like this was a big contributing factor. So hopefully this opens up a little bit more pick variety in the SPL in particular.
Excellent. Well, you'll
so it's just SPL.
See it if you main CERN. But next up, I'm sorry, we got an Ishtar nerf. It's kind of a nerfy shift though.
I don't really care.
Exactly.
What's going on with Ishtar?
So Ishtar
see,
is another character that's really great clear. She does. You know, a lot of pros will say she's the second.
So it's more early, but sort of levels out late.
That's quite a jump to go from Izanami to Ishtar, but still, you want to make sure that feedback is heard. So we are adjusting
so it's a nerf,
shot,
and then
which is the first
I wouldn't really call this
form, the circle lob shot. The bonus damage is going down at rank 1, and it's scaling back up.
It's actually
ever so slightly above where it was.
I'm actually really okay with that. That's actually a good nerf.
Extra damage per basic at rank 5, which a lot of people are not ranking this ability first, but you're doing 3 less at rank 1, where you're probably going to keep a lot of the early game where the clear is mattering. And that adds up when you're talking about the number of times that you're hitting
one time
over the wave.
He was
that
maxing
3 damage
the 3,
per
but I think
minion
it was
as
just
well.
because he plays extremely aggressive.
Yeah, it's just that it's like
one of those things
a
where
lot
it's
of damage.
crazy how you look at it and you're like,
But
3,
like
like
the
a
one.
small number. But yeah, no, it builds up.
Yeah,
You get
the numbers are surprisingly small looking, but they're big effectiveness having.
It's
I speak very well.
It's like aiming a camera at something far away. You do a little bitty turn, and it's like a mile.
Autos
Exactly.
are really good.
Absolutely
early
crazy.
game.
So let's move on. Now we got a buff to talk about. Shock getting a little more muscular, huh?
Okay, so we talked about Afro and Guan and how we, you know,
this is gonna be the healing.
Look at them post Season of Hope launch, all that kind of stuff. We're also looking at the ones who are not the healers that were affected and are not performing to where we want them to. And bringing some of those up. And Chalk is the first of that list. Chalk was a name that came up a lot in a lot of the Reddit threads and on Twitter. And heard that
they're
feedback.
prefacing it. Is it going to be disgusting?
Data was saying. Yeah. Data supported a lot of that feedback. So Chalk's getting a very simple change and then a very spicy.
Oh no!
Thunderstrike, this is the one.
No, you hate Chalk.
10 more base damage at all ranks. You know, we know that things like this
help
warriors a lot more than you think they do.
It's like the ult just
and we felt like there was
percent damage now.
Just a tiny bit, but with such a confirmable and easily hittable area, didn't want it to
the
go too
ult
crazy.
does 5% true damage.
Instead, we're doing something a little fun with Rain Dance. So Rain Dance already slows in a big area, and attack speed slows in a pretty big area, and now it will also power reduce.
Wow.
Enemy gods within that area and now have their physical or magical power decreased by 10% while in the rainstorm.
He's kind of got a catch-all now of not
so if you're going up against
am I really good against
Khan,
base attackers, but I'm
you can
also
like
really
reduce
good
his
against
power by like
ability
80 to 90.
Yeah, very good against teams that are immobile or want to stay grouped up. Chalk is going to do very well.
Yeah,
those teams.
Fly in, rain, ult. Chalk is gonna be. He's gonna be
that
in
should
there.
be interesting.
I love playing Chalk, and
that might be really good for like duel.
I can confirm from being on the other side.
Chalk jungle, baby. That's what I'm about.
Chalk mid.
Chalk mid. Yep, sign me up.
Time to see Chalk
Tank
everywhere.
Chalk? No, thank you. Damage Chalk? Yes.
Yeah, damage Chalk. Sign me up.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's continue down the buff line with Camazot's getting a little buff.
Yeah, so Camazotz again was another character that was very heavily affected by the Season of
Hope
changes because his whole kit is healing more or less.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we tried to find an interesting way to spice things up for Camazotz.
Careful, please.
No. But that is going to start off with our spicy change, which is Screech. So before, any god that you hit with Screech, if you got that reflection, you're going to be able to see it.
Whoa.
Wait.
The whole team. So
are now revealed to Camazotz instead of just in for the.
Everybody's going to be seeing things.
It's okay. That's pretty cool.
And it is not for a short time.
Look at Loki.
15 seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
It is for a long time.
That is for like this many, but like times 3.
That's like a whole
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Additionally, Vampire Bats, which is the 2. Kind of hard to hit ability, but when you do hit it, we want to reward you for hitting that.
Oh, and even
so
bigger slow.
30%, and finally, Devour. The cooldown is just going to go down by 2 seconds. It's going to give him a little bit more of that healing.
Wait, cooldown.
Why would you decrease his cooldown on his 3?
Yeah.
So just giving you more opportunity to do things like that is going to be a really.
He's already known for him just not dying and getting away.
That's what it's all about for me. I love that.
Oh
kind of stuff,
no!
so.
Jesus Christ! It's gonna be in like a 6-second cooldown.
Hell,
he just gets the 1, 2,
Hell
2,
buff
1,
here. I mean,
and
Hell is one of those gods that,
3.
again, very dependent on her healing.
Yeah.
Not as strong as Afro, necessarily, with the changes that she received, but
Wait.
definitely a little bit closer. These buffs are meant to
increase the
up
power
your utility
debuff
in
to
terms of
enemies.
stance attunement change, which is
Okay.
increasing that power debuff to nearby enemies while in light stance from 8% to 12%. Again, that's only once you reach max attunement, and we've definitely seen a lot less players sitting
why are we buffing Hell?
For the majority of the time. So really just helping that bottom end a little bit.
Okay.
Obviously the top end going up by quite a good amount as well, but we don't foresee players sitting in this stance a ton. And then Decay and Restoration getting a little bit more base damage just because, Afro is shifted to this more supportive style of kit. Hell staying a little bit more damage and mid style of kit.
Yeah.
Was lacking just a little bit of damage in that damage mid style.
Yeah, just the slight tune-up to get it back on track.
Exactly.
Why?
Excellent. Well, I know Ishtar's not going to be a fan of this one.
Not
Gilgamesh
too bad, but I don't know why.
That's like a double Ishtar.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Well, Gilgamesh, he's not been too happy for the past
Buff
couple of
him.
matches.
Please buff.
After his bit of a stint in the jungle, we haven't seen quite a lot of him, but we want to encourage him to be a little bit more of a laner.
Damn.
This change might actually do quite
They
a bit.
really don't want him to be anything but a solo laner. Jesus.
Bit of damage. Now that damage is going to be doing 25% increased damage to lane minions only on the initial roll. So that is not the actual
make it very
attacks that
narrow.
follow up. It is just the initial burst that happens. That damage is up by 25% to lane minions only.
That's good.
A good solo buff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes him pretty good in
Not a
Joust,
jungle
too.
buff.
A jungle buff.
For the lane faster.
Got it.
Yes.
Well, talking about buffs, Cthulhu also getting a buff.
Yeah, Cthulhu, probably not the first god that you would think gets heavily affected by healing going down.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of his team fight utility, was getting into that ultimate and giving.
Is that his ultimate's 1?
With that going down, just went a little bit further than we wanted to in his stats. So increase the power reduction on Sever, which is the swipe when you're in the ultimate.
The swing.
That protection reduction is going up. Again, we hit his utility.
Isn't that just 1%?
Yeah. So giving him back some utility in a slightly different way.
Got it. Yeah, and that makes sense. You gotta balance.
15%. Yeah, that's literally just 1% increase,
excellent.
I guess.
Moving on.
Whatever.
This also
Quicker.
getting a bit of a buff, eh?
Yeah, this is just sort of we're transitioning a little bit from our healing related shifts to just general underperformers. So Charybdis, one of those. Unfortunately for her, she's such a sweet little lady, but not doing too hot in the board. So when it comes to what she actually needs, Spike Shot is going to be having a decreased cooldown the more that you level it up. So if you're maxing this first, you're going to be getting it more often, which means that this other change to increase the tide that you get from hitting splinters is going to go up from 2% per hit to 3% per hit. So the more splinters you get, the more tide you're getting, the more times that your Spike Shot's up, the more tide you're getting, you're going to be maintaining that passive a little bit more to also contribute to that second ability as well.
Yeah, good little rinse repeat. This is one of those characters that I've loved since they released because I love that triple auto attack thing going on.
So cool.
Except for when I don't ever land any of them, and I'm like 3 whiffs in a row. I'm gonna get it. So. All right. Well, continuing on, we got a Starcat to talk about.
We sure do.
What did you say?
This is fun.
The next two are
a little
fun. They're very fun. So the next two gods are similar in their nature in that they are gods that have historically had moments where they have been absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
But also historically very much struggled in the vast majority of players' hands. They're difficult to play. They require a lot, both mechanically
like Circuit and Set.
Build-wise, in order to know how to succeed with them. And so we wanted to make these changes as a kind of a new direction for us. The community thinks about these types of changes because I think they're really, really exciting. So Ken in particular obviously has gone through a good amount of change, had her little shift around last year, has not seen the success that we were really hoping for from that.
Who?
We want to push her into a more clear identity.
Yes.
You know, and
More
one of
damage.
the very
Why?
unique things in Sir
Why are you
kit
boxing
is
in
she has
these
an ability
characters?
that can crit.
Yeah.
Very few gods in the game have something like that.
You gonna get rid of it? You're gonna
We
buff
want
it?
to
Oh
facilitate her
shit!
being a
Wait,
crit
is she gonna have like
assassin because she is so
crit built
all
into her
in
kit?
that she needs to get some payoff
Like
from
Jingwei?
that in order to
I'm sure he does.
really make that type of build work.
With
But
her one.
we know that giving
Oh,
free
yeah.
crit, specifically early game, is really, really it can
We've seen it before.
dodgy pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it can get
More
dodgy
crit.
pretty quickly. So we're going with something a little spicy here, which is whenever you put a point into your ultimate. So Last Breath is now going to have a passive component that is not, tied to casting the ultimate.
Oh
But for
shit!
each point you have
30%
in your
crit on her
Last
ult.
Breath,
Wait, so
you gain
you
some
ult
critical
and your
chance.
one is guaranteed crit.
This means that you won't have it at all. Pre-level
Why,
5.
how much crit do you
Not
have in your
gonna
one?
insta-clear your
Don't
camp or
remember.
anything like that.
I don't play
We've
her.
also removed a lot of the early crit, but then also introduced a way that crit is less likely to happen at lower
Oh, are they getting rid of it?
percentages. It's not a true 10% if you want to read the dev blog that we did forever ago on how crit is calculated. I encourage you to do so. But
good read.
we think that something like this will give her clear, defined power spikes and allow her to not have to build a ton of crit in order for her to crit you. We still want, if she's getting free crit and doesn't need to build any crit items, that's probably something that we're going to look at. But if this allows you to just splash one Deathbringer,
is this after
and then
you
the rest
use
can
the
be,
ability, or is you just
Magi's,
as you're leveling up her ult, you
these
just
items that
passively
will allow
gain
you to do
30%
what you
crit?
want to do?
That's OP. The
I think
ladder.
that would be really, really
No,
successful. So excited to see what players
No,
think,
no, her.
and,
That's her ult.
specifically
Whenever
about
she uses
these
her, I
passive components
think.
that are
You sure it's whenever
level
she
gating
Because there's no
uses it, or-
duration.
behind being able to put
Yeah,
points in your
that's what I'm saying.
That's absolutely crazy. And
I'm
like you
thinking-
said, a spicy change. Interested to see the
especially
build
since it
diversity
says
that
it's
comes
a
out of
passive
this. And
component. I
just how
think
Circuit goes
as
on.
you're
But
leveling it up, you
as
just
any
pass,
Smite
you
fan
just
knows,
gain
you
it
can't say
forever.
Circuit without saying teleporting. a lot. So
When
next
you're
up we
level
have
20 or you level up your
Is
ult
that-
to
is that
max
something
rank,
that
you
we
just
say?
have
Made it up
30%
right now.
Just have 30.
Fair enough.
Jeez.
Yeah, fair enough, I suppose.
That's
Wow.
kind of
We did talk
disgusting.
about
Just
how they
go
were
Deathbringer
similar, right?
and
And how they
rest full
followed a
damage.
similar,
Get
they took a lot
100%
of
crit,
skill to
essentially.
really find success. And
That's
Giannis,
it.
Well, you passively
that
just
that
have
is Giannis's
60%
middle
at
name,
that point.
actually.
Yes.
If you look it
Yeah.
up in the dictionary, that's what it is.
Giannis
Anyway.
takes a lot of skill. Last name.
Same idea here for Giannis. Through space and time, the ultimate is receiving a similar passive effect where every point that you put into Giannis's ultimate, he's going to get percent magical penetration equal to 8 up to 16%. And that will also contribute.
Oh,
towards
it
the
contributes to it. So that
you
means
basically
you
will
only
be
buy
having
like
half of the cap,
1%.
more or less, for free
Wait,
once you level
so
up that
you're-
ultimate all the way.
Yeah.
Giannis is just
That's
a character
a huge buff.
That's really good.
Stat dependent.
Wait, so
That
you just
character
automatically
it is
Just
not
get
a
percent.
It is not
you
a
just get
I hope
16%
I'll get
flat
10% CDR this game on Giannis,
which is equivalent
like,
to
if you're
40?
getting-
essentially.
If you're getting 10% CDR on Giannis and losing a lot, that's almost certainly a big
Yeah,
contributing factor.
you know why. You should
That's
know.
But
actually
in order to
huge.
get
You
an
don't
really
have to
CDR, that is such a massive
you don't have to
build
build. Does
cost,
that
Yeah.
that it really forces you to
that means
commit so
you
much
could
of your
you just
build
have
that
to
you're going to
build
miss
like
out on
Rod
some other
Tahuti
stats.
and Spear the
And something else
Magus.
that Giannis has historically
then you have
really,
max
really struggled
cap.
with is killing
Yeah.
tanks. Giannis has never, in his entire history, been a very
Been
good
a tank
killer.
shredder.
He
Got it.
doesn't do it very well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we've considered
Nah.
giving him CDR versus giving him pen, and
Let's kind of change
CDR
up the builds a bit
being a
then.
stat that
What would
you
you build on him?
desperately need
Yeah.
and is so powerful on him, felt a little
know,
bit riskier.
Doomlord might
than
be good on
allowing
him.
him to be better at this thing that
Doomlord would be
he's never going to
good.
be really that good at. Like
Yeah.
even
I
with
said
getting another
Doomlord,
16%
probably
pen
Rod
item,
Tahuti, and those are the only two you
he's
need
not going to be nearly as
Yeah.
good at killing tanks
at that
as,
point.
Poseidon.
Would you build
Zilla,
Tablet on him now
Nox,
then?
Yeah.
Iset.
No.
Like go down the list.
No, then what?
Every other
what's
mage is
your
better
items
at
then?
killing
Just flat
tanks than
pen?
Giannis. Even with
Flat
this amount
pen
of
and
pen,
probably like
it
Soul
allows
Reaver.
your build to be so
Divine,
much more
Your
flexible.
Deso,
sure.
maybe Soul
requires so
Gem,
much
Soul
less
Gem, Soul
that we
Reaver.
hope that this will allow Giannis players to find a little bit more success and remove some of that tension. That build tension is really good and really interesting, but when there's no correct answer, when the tension is so great that you can't really fulfill your requirements, it doesn't end up feeling very
I
satisfying.
like Giannis. I think he's
no
fun.
solution.
But he is hard to
So
play.
hopefully
You're
this
you're
allows
supposed to use your
Giannis
one very
find a build path
strategically.
that
You're not
works
just
for
supposed to
him
throw it down.
and still doesn't make him
So
ubiquitously great.
this would be fun.
We understand that this kit, he can't be the best mage in the game,
No.
right? With that type of kit, it can't be that way. But we think this will make him palatable.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. And the change makes sense. You know, what is a magical resistant cloak to a guy who can walk through a wall? So
nothing.
Penetration. There you go.
Yep.
So cool. And that actually does it for our balance today. So thank you
for
tuning in for that part. I made it sound like the show is over. That's because I am basically dead on the inside. So super excited to continue moving through the show. We have plenty more to show y'all. Obviously, we haven't even seen the cool new god yet. And let's start off with seeing some of the skins that you can get ready for with the Lightweaver update.
Let's go.
Asina, general of the
you say Asina?
Ew.
What the fuck?
You will see no foul play from me. Warriors at once.
What the fuck's up with her eyes?
Her fucking face looks weird.
Another suitor
That's actually kind of cool.
My favor. Your soul belongs to me.
Hey, you can see her rib cage. She's like translucent.
On her debut tour, Charybdis.
You think they add on the face underneath that mask? Or do you think it's just like a blank slate? What the fuck?
I can guarantee.
Furry bait.
You're not worthy to be part of.
Look at that hottie.
Doesn't Achilles have something similar?
Yeah, he does.
Reel 'em in.
Like a tiger or whatever.
Whoa! Yo. That's sick.
Oh, I'm buying this.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Oh, look at the fucking face, dude.
Oh my god.
Beans. Oh, that's sick too.
Wait, that's cool, but oh my god, that Baba Yaga skin is something else. It was high when they made that.
Beans.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
Mommy?
Mommy?
Gaze
Weird.
deeply into my eyes, and perhaps I may find a use for you after all.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cool things to see there, huh? So many awesome skins coming out the next update. And
a big bean.
We've been using. It's always so exciting to see. I love the new turnaround styles. So still have our two amazing guests here on the couch with me, and we got some cool stuff that we're going to be able to get into check out. Starting with Oni Adventurer Athena. So let's take a look at that one.
Why do they do
I
this?
love this theme. She is.
Cool.
Why do they show off the skin in game and then they're like, all right, let's go over the skin again?
Art, like,
That cover art looks sick,
the
and then the
purple
actual
obviously
face
Yeah.
is but just
weird
so vibrant,
in game.
and the action
It's
pose,
the,
like,
I don't know, it's like
It's
the
so
eyes and
dynamic,
the
right?
face
Yeah.
look so
She's getting in there.
deformed.
Yep. You know she just landed from Defender of Olympus.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
Did she?
That is literally hero
That's the
pose.
moment where she has arrived, for sure.
Well, let's check it out in game. How about it?
Absolutely.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
there she is.
the fucking big
You
bean.
gotta start off with
Dude,
it.
the visuals for this skin are incredible. And not only that,
Oh.
but the sound effects as well are so fun. I look at that.
That's
Stretch
cool.
through a little portal.
I'll say the clouds too. Oh wow, that is so pretty looking. But no, like the clouds on the takeoff and landing are
Yeah,
where
right?
those blew me away a little bit.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say this on the Patch Note show, but this is
Uh-huh.
her best skin.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
This is insane.
This is absolutely incredible.
It's
He
so
missed.
good. Like this color palette is just awesome.
He missed
Yeah.
again.
Design.
My god.
This is absolutely the Athena skin I'm gonna use from now until maybe forever. I don't know if we could ever do better than this. This is insane.
Oh, that's a tall order for our team, but you know they're gonna take that
I
challenge.
know.
But,
They're gonna take that person.
but yeah,
Yo,
this is absolutely incredible.
I
to see
read
that. And
Skin
part of the
Team.
Hope Reborn event.
Say
So
it
for
all
those
the
of y'all
time.
who,
It's
hit the
fucking
Magic buy all button,
insane.
It's gonna be yours as soon as the
Retarded.
patch drops. If you
This
didn't,
looks
don't
sick.
worry, you can still
Yeah.
get your hands on it through the Hope Reborn event. But that's not
I
all.
don't
We
know
have
about the
another
front
Hope,
view, but it's a
Hope
good thing you
Reborn
can't
skin
see that.
I really want to show
Yeah.
off. And that's I'm so excited for this one. Meowie Maui.
Yeah. So
Ugh.
when immediately I got a bunch of
good.
tweets.
Look at those
like,
toes.
Look
Look at them succulent toes.
Look at those piggies.
Really, we're gonna do.
I want to see those
that
pads
we're gonna do
underneath.
Meowie Maui. And then literally like
Show
that
me those
week in Slack, they were
beans.
Like we're doing Meowie Maui. Like,
Those
and I was like,
beans.
it was because of this tweet. And they were like, oh, we just had that same idea. That's so
yeah.
crazy. I will admit, I was a little bit of a doubter just based on the name alone. My doubts have been silenced.
But
This
he's like
kid-
a
I do want to
a
hear the voice crack though. That
swashbuckling
might be
Yes.
funny.
sea tiger captain. Like
Right?
he looks sick.
No, he gets in there. Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
card
He
art is
gets
sick.
in
the,
there.
The vibe that he has is sick. Everything about it, like it's not cute, cuddly Maui, which is like would be fine. Like
Yeah,
you know,
it
there's
would've
a place
worked,
for that. But like he
but-
only has one skin. You kind of want those early skins to like set
Cutie
a
Maui.
tone. this is the tone that I want.
He's still kind of cute though.
Oh,
he's hot.
I mean, you can't get away from it.
Yeah,
he's super hot.
He's purring. You know, like also you give him scratches behind the ears, like he's happy.
You have to know that it's an incredibly brave and daring cat because it is a pirate cat.
Can we just get in with the skin?
Totally blown out of the water, if I may.
Yes.
So
you may.
Wrap it up.
I know. I couldn't help
Backing
it.
up.
I'm super excited about it though, and also like the
You're
Kraken
good.
going on there.
You're good.
It's for a sex meal.
Good.
I was about to say it looks like he's got some
Good.
calamari going on.
Oh yeah.
Come
So,
on,
incredible.
just
This is the second
come
meta.
on.
Correct, yep.
Okay, so that's really cool. So we will be hopping in game for this in just a moment.
Oh yes.
Oh
Oh my lord! Come on.
Just show it off already.
Talking and talking and talking.
Well, you know, it's like there's so many different ways that.
Oh my god. I guess, but they should have just had this on lock. You do this once a month.
And I just like wasn't sure if the cute, cuddly Meowie would really like. I wasn't really, you know, he's swinging, he's doing all this like cool action stuff. Does that really fit?
Wait, they were in game the whole time.
I don't
This
know.
is the cool action Meowie that
Cool.
works really, really well.
And in your
Kind of
right, I am
limited with the
seeing it
abilities,
now.
except maybe the ult.
It
That's
just
pretty
looks
cool.
like,
Look of that.
looks like
it's so
normal
distinct from the
Maui.
original.
It does.
Yeah, definitely a little bit taken to a different
That's
like,
cool.
design.
It just basically
almost,
just
a
turned
little bit of a different
Maui
vibe,
into a
but-
Oh,
fucking
this is the coolest
furry.
ability by far. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
like a big old basket.
That's
of
cool.
Fish.
Like the
Yeah,
fish.
The fact that the fish get to move.
Yeah, to be fair,
on
it's-
top of the island.
Yeah.
Probably a little hard.
So
Yeah.
flopping around.
They got a lot
That's
going
actually
on with it,
incredible.
especially with
So
something
cool.
as
And I
limiting
remember
as
we
this.
were in Maui's development and talking about what the top of the island would look like.
Yeah.
In this ultimate. We had some discussions on like, well, if we do it like this, then we get to do some really fun, unique stuff with the skins. And big shout out to the teams that made it happen because there was a little bit of extra effort in order to get it to work in this way
Loud,
where the
though.
skins can do something a little bit unique and special, but obviously
This is like a base boost.
it looks awesome.
Unbelievably so. And you know, to go back on this whole Meowie Maui thing, like the theming works so well because of all like there was already the
Your base boost
the fish ability, you know, tossing the allure, right?
Yep.
And you know, all of the fish theming that this skin gets to employ is just so beautiful.
Yep. Big fan. 10 out of 10. Absolutely gonna be rocking it.
So again, another one available through the Hope Reborn event. There is also one more skin that you won't
Okay.
get today. You'll just have to check it out in either patch notes. Or
No,
patch
you're
notes
no
or
way you're
WTF
not
or
going
wherever
over
you
the
get
Baba
yours,
Yaga
check it
skin.
out. That would be Spectral Shifter the Morgan. But we wanted y'all to be able to see that on your own. So check it out
Oh
when you
my
get the chance.
god.
The
Why
next
would
thing
you
we'll
show
be
off
appearing
this
at,
one?
However, is in Hope Reborn in the bonus patch. So this won't be coming out next week. This will be in the bonus patch. But we wanted to show y'all Vampetrify Medusa's card art.
So cool.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Vampire
Your
Medusa.
card arts are really sick.
Snake.
Can I just say that stained
But-
glass is like OP?
It's so cool.
That's true.
As an aesthetic, like stained glass is just like you can't lose when
You
you're
can't
talking
lose.
stained
Paint in the
glass. It just
background,
adds an
like dying
ambiance
from
to
like
like
being
whatever
venomed.
it's a part of that is really hard.
Venom.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it absolutely
Wait.
is a huge part of why I love this card art.
They're kind of like adjacent, you know, vampires and gorgons. They kind of
Yep.
both want to lure you in with a bit of beauty and a bit of scariness at the same time. And I definitely get that vibe from her, where she's very beautiful. But the way
I
that
thought
she's
she was about to
encouraging,
say I can relate to
you know,
that.
to come closer and look at her, I think I might be.
I
turned
can
to
relate to
stone,
being
honestly.
beautiful. I'm hot.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant, like
It's the
fucking luring people
fingernails
in.
so
Oh.
long that scares
I
you know?
respect it. I
Yeah,
respect
she
it.
just
She's
like
very
lures
bold
people
about
in
it.
like
That's
me.
true.
That's
That is
true.
crazy to think
And not
about.
have broken a nail. That is
It looks like
actually
she doesn't miss
incredible.
very much based
No,
on
no, not at all.
A lot of you're right though. A lot of crossovers because you know, Gorgons turn you to stone. A vampire will
Kinda looks
suck
like
all
an
the
elf.
blood out, and then you're just a dry, withered husk. I don't
The
know.
ears,
The,
yeah.
the
Not too
ears.
far
I'm
off.
just trying to draw lines in the sand here. One way or another, without making all the jokes that I want to make. This skin's incredible, and I love it. And we're
You're gonna
move
show
on.
off everything but the
to-
Baba Yaga.
And y'all saw a
Bro,
bit
that's
of
the
this
best
earlier.
one.
Oh man, we're gonna check out Baba Bean.
Yes.
Baba Yaga.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
She's a sausage on top
With
of
conviction.
bacon in a fucking bowl
Sorry,
of
really
chili.
You know,
It's
sometimes,
It's so
like,
bad, it's
you have
good.
those moments of clarity where you're doing something at work and you're
It's
like,
so
this is crazy,
good.
this is
Look
my
at the house. There's
I wonder
eyes.
Whoever wrote "available in the baked beans chest." had that moment.
It reminds me of
what is
fucking,
that? You know, like did they ever think that they'd be writing the baked beans chest?
Oh, the waiter
that is
movie?
The funniest name for a chest.
No.
I think this is a Tina voice
the
pack,
Disney
and I
movie,
bet
the
Tina
Pixar
felt the
movie
same
with
way.
like
Oh, I bet it went wild. And I mean,
the
you
big
saw a lot of
fluffy
concept art if you watched the art
white
show.
thing
Like, I
that
remember
just
seeing
helped
early
me
stages of that chest
It's just
art.
like
This is
that
the first
meme
time
was
I'm
like
seeing
skibbity
this
bob,
art. For the chest art,
Oh.
it was like beans in a
that guy.
shoe.
That
And I
guy.
was like, somebody got
Fucking
paid
the
to be
healthcare guy.
beans, but in a tin of
Can
shoe.
we talk about the house then?
I do
Because
that.
True, and it's undies.
Yeah, why is it
Let's go in game while we talk.
Wait,
Undies.
it's got look at his fucking underwear. Look at his
Please.
legs.
oh, there it is.
Yes!
Baked bean
Just,
can.
just hanging out.
Did you see that the people
Look how
were, like,
small
holding
it
up
is.
money to the
Yeah,
to
they
the bean-
Oh, wait,
want
underwear.
beans, man.
Yeah.
Imagine having baked beans so good that people are literally like throwing cash at you.
Oh.
What you do?
No.
What?
Oh my God.
So-
Yes.
We didn't ask to stop and see if
Throwing
we
beans
should.
at
No one was like, "Is this?"
Yes.
Everyone was like, "Yeah,
Yes.
we're doing this."
This was a bunch of people sitting in a room.
Oh
and being like,
my
me and the other Smite
God.
designers at 2 a.m. looking for beans.
Yeah, bean
So-
time.
Have you seen the
Bean
I don't know how
time.
famous it is, but there was a gif of 4 Baba Yagas spelling out YOLO. That's how I feel right now looking at this.
Ew.
That sounds like an awesome.
This sounds so disgusting.
Just-
With the one.
Oh yes.
But yeah.
Do we even have words here? I genuinely
no,
don't.
It's Bean Bayaga.
Like,
Oh,
I don't want
yeah.
it to seem like I don't love this skin.
No, we love
because I
this skin.
clearly
It's
love this skin.
Incredible.
But this is
Let me see.
absurd,
Let me
like,
see.
We can say that this is awesome and
What
we
my
like it
giant
and people are
bean
gonna
cans?
and that it's
Wait, his
also crazy.
fucking thing
Oh, no,
like
it's
walks
walks
in
it's
the
towards
worst.
you.
It's
Okay.
so
I mean, it's Baba
incredibly
Yaga, right? It has to be a little bit
Ew.
crazy. She's riding
Guys,
around
somebody
her
ever
bean
BMs
can.
you,
Sloshing around in the
You could
beans.
just fucking you could just send back get beaned on.
You've never
Get
been
bean
up on
on.
a Wednesday night at 4 a.m. just sloshing through the beans?
No, I gotta get.
Wow.
I gotta
Sloshing
get myself
through
Okay,
the
full
can we
body.
look at this house real quick? Let's
Sloshing.
just take a look at some of the details here. It's got graffiti on it.
Right.
True.
The hands
Got a
move around
nutrition
on the
label.
bean side.
Gosh, they do.
There's a little smoke coming out of it. This is the most
That's a bean
crazy
factory.
Baba house of all the Baba houses that we have, and we have like
It's
a
got a little
crazy.
face.
Oh my god, it's holding up
Look at
its
his little
own
face.
body. What?
You see how nervous it was?
Absolutely
It's a
buying
giant
this.
bean with like hands.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
a
It
chicken.
looks like a chicken because of the yellow.
It's got like chicken legs,
Ew.
right? That's like the
Look at
Lord
those
Baba Yaga,
sneakers.
so I think it's like a chicken legs.
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, why is it a chicken? That is, I was so confused. Okay, if it's a lore reference, that's very
Yeah, it's a
very
lore reference.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. That's very cool.
The
All about
artistic
that.
flair is
You don't
obviously
even
there.
know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm
Nothing
sure
else.
that's a part of the.
There's no better way to
Yes.
do it, I think.
Oh
and,
my
the small details in the
God.
can as well
Yeah.
are also incredibly
Nutritional
funny. It's
facts,
probably a
the
little bit hard to
little
read here, but
bacon.
there's
Well, I
yums.
The
A lot of
nutrition.
yums. Yep.
Oh my
Yums.
God.
Okay.
The nutrition label.
Magical
sure.
fruit.
Legumes.
Tears?
Legumes.
Salty.
1000% sodium.
I admittedly,
Here's salty.
from this angle, from like the above angle, I thought that they were just artistic squiggles for the sake of
No,
it. Looks
there are
no.
words there.
Oh, that's so good.
Actual filled out can. So.
This
alright,
is better than
I thought we
every
peaked
one of
with,
the G.I. Joe
but I think we
skins.
peaked here. So I can't wait for burgers and beans and hot dogs to just be throwing it down in arena.
Yeah, if you thought the
Sneakers,
burger
bro.
or like the fry burger like
It's so
Shin
bad,
Chan,
it's
like,
good.
was going crazy, like this is
This is
just-
next level.
It's next level.
it's doing it. It's built different.
It's absolutely beans. Well,
The
super
voice
cool.
for
And
that's gonna
that's
be
the last
sick,
skin
too.
that we have to show
Wait,
off here, and a good
Wait,
one
how
to
many
end
other
on, I
food
think.
ones
How
are
can we
there?
ever
There's
follow
the
that up?
Jing
Yeah,
Qian
as
Burger.
I mentioned, available in the
Then,
baked beans
Um,
chest.
the
So,
Odin
Odin,
hot dog.
yeah.
Go get that baked beans chest.
baked.
Yep.
Tell all your
Baked
friends
beans.
to buy some baked beans.
Wait, that's
Gotta go
actually
open a
good team.
chest
Odin,
of the
Jing,
baked
Baba.
beans variety.
Yeah.
All the
Smite.
All
the
the fucking food.
Now that we've nailed that
Is there
one.
any
in,
other ones?
Yeah.
So, real quick before we move
Can't
on to the
think of
final
any,
segment of our
but-
show, which I know a lot of y'all have been waiting for, looking at a new goddess. Very quick quality of life update. I'm excited to
Chel?
share. With the release of eShell, we
Uh-huh.
figured, you know what? It's a little overdue.
Uh-huh.
Updating the Maya Pantheon logo. So
Yes.
that will be
Mm.
happening with the
Mhm.
next update as well. We figure eShell coming in, bringing all this new change in the Season of Hope.
Look at that.
What better way to what better time?
Cool.
So that will be updated as we move into.
This is a very mild
uh,
update, actually, except for the
so,
the mages.
Of life stuff. Well, without further ado, we have made it to a new god release. Let's watch a little video before we dive into it.
I don't know much about this god, but I did see intersects like
B5 abilities.
And her faces are as myriad as the phases of
Gonna be oh man, I'm a little nervous about her.
She is known as the Great End.
Damn it, abilities, baby.
Rainbow, among others.
Her cooldowns are gonna be like Thoth or some shit.
But she is perhaps best known as the Lady of the Rainbows. Whatever her sobriquet, Chel is a goddess of facets. The moon is within her purview and fertility as well. She is associated with life and medicine, but death walks in her shadow. All the colors of the rainbow are hers to command, but she weaves them into catastrophe for those who dare stand against her. She commands the storms to wash away those who anger her, but brings the rain to those who need it. But though her roles are many, she takes her responsibilities seriously. It is said that Chel was there at the beginning of the universe, and that
you don't know.
The Bacabs took the form of jaguars
Fuck is this?
to race to the edges of the world in order to
Why are they
hold it up.
looking at Siege?
Chel herself often takes the form of a great jaguar to achieve
Oh wait.
Oh no way. Are those gonna be part?
They have to be. There's a new character, a new mob or whatever.
With her spindle, she guides the motion of the
Is this gonna be a Bastet situation where she's got like jaguars next to her?
Hope not.
Spawns mobs came out.
And vice versa. But now that ancient cycle is under threat. The Pantheons are slow to confront the foe before them, and their petty rivalry.
The way she moves looks so weird.
All that is. Thus it falls to Chel to paint a picture of hope and light the way to a new dawn, whatever the cost.
He's here.
That new goddess, Chel.
What did he say?
We've actually, some of y'all, or a lot of y'all, hopefully, have seen some of this already. As we wanted to release some stuff early. You know, y'all were able to see Chel at first when we kicked off the Season of Hope with the first update, and now that we've moved into our second update, we wanted to be able to give y'all a little more, and we enjoyed getting to tease some things early because we've been so excited about releasing this character, this excellent kit that was worked on that. We really couldn't help ourselves but to share some of this information. So without further ado, let's talk more about it with the designer. So Aggro, what was the inspiration behind this?
Man, I mean, Chel has just been such a big community request for such a long time because she's a huge deal.
This shit looks like she's part of a green screen.
So many,
I know, she's like this. Leaks in the back. Do you see her abilities?
When you get into the Chel lore, you know, this is only the second god that I've been the point designer on, and so for Maui, it was like very clear. It was like, here's the stuff that Maui did, here's what he's known for.
So if she sucks, this is your fault.
Yeah, his lore was the epic stories.
Exactly. With Chel, it was like, she's the goddess of the following 75 things. Like, she is known for all of these things and is really important for all of them. And I'm like, we can't do that. Like, that is not really a possibility.
What about Jesus?
So this design process was really unique,
when's
at least
Christ
for me.
coming?
When is Jesus
A lot of times we
Christ?
kind of have this very set idea of like with Maui, we knew we wanted him to use the hook and be athletic. You know, like that was the idea. With Chel, it was like, what should we do?
Yeah,
you know,
what's the
and
path?
so initially not having that clear, I'm clearly going to do this part of her lore, really was an interesting and really fun challenge because normally it's come up with a couple kits within your band, but I had the opportunity to talk about, you know, here's a kit that's really focused on light, which is obviously the direction we went. Here's a kit that's more focused on, you know, medicine or like nature, and kind of contrasting those ideas. But I'm really happy. You go in knowing which kit is your favorite.
Of course.
The light weaving kit was absolutely my favorite because, you know, we have Neith, who's a weaver goddess. You know, Arachne is very close to weaving. But this idea of manipulating light and using that and kind of seperating
Why does she
light
look like
out
she's
into
judging?
individual strands and then using those as your weapon,
look at this piece of shit.
Really, really interesting to
Fuck
me.
him. This should have been this should have been mine.
That we hadn't had even among
they only offered it to him.
Or,
Yeah, I'm just agreeing, but really I'm fucking pissed.
So I think that we always knew it was going to be a little bit, it's kind of a hard band to really nail down of like, yeah, she's using these colors as ribbons of light that she's then, weaving through and weaving together. But I think it's a huge credit to
so she God of Rainbows or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. The tech art team in order to really sell this character fantasy of you have all of these colors at your disposal, and she is constantly
lollipops,
in motion, just using all of these things.
She's the god of
every time, a different setup.
Rainbows, lollipops,
god of everything good.
Ice cream.
I think really paid off in a really fun, unique way.
Everything was good.
Well,
Kirby.
From what little I've seen, that does appear to be the case, and I'm excited to share more.
Gooby.
So as we continue,
Gooby.
fun things on the show,
No, God is his, or Gooby is just God.
Let's
go. That's the stuff right there. There she is.
There she is.
There she
Rainbow
be.
in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, zoom in on her foot.
The modeling team,
on her feet.
Just
see what they look like.
I'm gonna gush about all the different teams who worked on Chel because, like I said before, like the designers work very, very hard on the gods that they're taking point on. Absolutely.
Did they?
I want you to bet she's gonna be a fucking better version of Raw.
But we definitely get too much.
Just like Ishtar is a fucking Hachi.
You did all of this, and I'm like, I didn't make Maui look awesome swinging on the hook. That was the animation
They have
team.
Odin.
I didn't make Chel's effects look great. That was Shane on the effects team. Like, it is. It takes so many people to really get involved and make sure that it's feeling the way it turns out. And yeah, I'm gonna shout out like a million people during this for sure. But
well, they all deserve the credit, and let's show off their work. Lermy, let's see this kit in action.
Yeah, let her rip.
All right, here we go.
Oh my god.
What am I looking at? What is happening?
Wait, her ultimate is like a fucking
shout out to that
Merlin one.
Merlin one, but like
insanely more damaging.
Oh my god, what did I just see?
A gray screen simulator combo there.
Oh yeah.
So all right, well let's dive into it one step at a time. We got to start with the basics, and by that I mean basic attacks. So
ooh.
Like Maui, where we
what
pushed
the hell?
We pushed the envelope a little bit. Very standard.
Except for with the design. Look at those colors.
Well, yeah, of course.
Damn.
Visually, absolutely incredible.
She does it a rainbow every time too. That's
His
sick.
name a lot during this, but worked with Shane from the effects team on Maui.
Shout out to
Was lucky
Shane.
enough to work with him again for Chel. I think that he just continues to outdo himself. This was always going to be a very visually demanding kit. Mages usually are. It's a lot less physical animation,
Movement,
a lot more effects-driven stuff.
Of course.
And he really stepped up and I think absolutely went crazy on
Yeah,
this.
sick.
If there's anything that I feel like I can comfortably say about my coworkers here, it's that they're constantly setting the bar, and then the next time around setting the bar again.
And surpassing it.
It's like they're building a ladder, you know. Every
Something
time
like
it's just
that.
another bar higher up. So let's keep moving with the passive Rainbow Weaver.
Yeah, so we wanted Chel because she is this combination of two different goddesses, Goddess I and Goddess O. And they have, Goddess I is much more benevolent, and that's where a lot of the medicine and healing and all that kind of stuff comes from. We wanted her to have some utility aspects and some team play that is not just pure damage, but we wanted her to very clearly be a damaged mid laner.
Okay.
Kind of think Baron Samdi, but less utility, more damage.
Knock up.
And so her passive is the Rainbow Weaver. So every time she affects any god, whether it be herself, an ally, or an enemy, with an ability, she gains a stack, which is a color of the rainbow. And once you get to 6, which is the max number, you enter your passive state, which is, this beautiful staff, your passive icon is lit up, all that kind of stuff. And whenever you have your passive charged, your next basic attack will be wider, have no basic attack penalty, and deal bonus damage based on her magic power.
Oh, shit.
Increase
wait, so that's like a poly.
And this is a passive that, we have a lot of mage passives that interact with basic attacks, like Agni and Nuwa.
Yeah.
But those are more centered around.
That might pair well with poly.
Basic attack
Yeah.
and then using abilities.
Like knock up poly.
In this case, all using your basic attacks to set up for your abilities.
This?
I wanted this ability to feel, or this passive to feel like I'm combining all of my abilities in this unique way every single time, and then when I enter my passive state, I just get to fling out this really quick little burst of damage and keep going in my combo. And it allows you to, it feels almost like an ability more than a passive. But I think that's a really fun.
I will say that it takes a little while for that to knock up.
Passives that are really integrated throughout the kit, but then just have this
double
one big burst effect.
Kind of crazy.
And then you feel like you've augmented what you did in a really, really fun way.
Whenever
the basic just feels so fun to use. The animation team, this little spin they came up with, I think is absolutely awesome. And whenever you get to just toss one of these, and then when we get to the ultimate, you'll see how it interacts there. But it's pretty easy to quickly gain a lot of these because, as Lermy's showing, by hitting 3 Odins with this ability, you gain 3.
No, it's just 1.
So a lot of times with these abilities, we limit you to 1.
He's doing it twice.
But we really wanted you to
get
rewarded for those big hits where you get, I hit a big knock-up or whatever it is.
That's not as
getting close to that passive. And then how it interacts with whenever you help yourself or help allies.
That's really like one of the shortest knockups, I think.
Of this endless options along your endless color.
It's definitely a good peel. Looking like a supporter.
The rainbow tapestry that is her combos and such. Seeing you weave together those abilities with those auto attacks, it's going to be so cool to see people take that and adapt their style around that. So. Really excited for that. So let's get into ability 1, which kind of has 2 parts here. Part 1 being Gleaming Blast, part 2 being Threads of Light. So let's start with Gleaming Blast.
Yeah, so Lerm, maybe we take off the no cooldown here.
Yeah.
Show this one. So the AO1, if you would just fire it and not hit the Odin, it's just a very simple line skill shot. It is one of the lowest base damage abilities.
Like a cuckoo one.
Basically, you can compare it to like a no corpse explosion.
No, but they're saying that. No, you see the cooldown though.
Targeters.
Can we turn
wait.
for a second? Oh my god.
Again.
They said it does. It has one of the lowest damages. Like it doesn't do a lot of damage. But do you see how quickly it goes off?
But we have these abilities in the game that.
Like a Hebo one.
I really like
on steroids.
Like Screech from Kamazox.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
That give you this very simple presentation of hit this very clear, easy to understand line ability, get something in return.
Yeah.
And
I need to see the scaling on it.
Something like Yamoja, where she
has said it doesn't do a lot of damage. But even if it doesn't do a lot of damage, like
that's super cool.
If you
and we don't
any
have
type of damage mage, like spam abilities like that is always going to be good.
Combining those 2 ideas, we came up with this.
Especially with that range. Oh my god, you can just poke people from afar.
Enemy god with Gleaming Blast, your 1 switches to an entirely new ability and becomes this.
An amazing rainbow triangle.
The Threads of Light. This was Twitter. On Twitter.
Wait, I'm so confused. What happened?
It is one of the coolest looking abilities in the
entire game. And if you hit an enemy god with the 1, it transforms into that.
The colors into each of the 6 that she uses, and they kind of spin together and then all blast at once.
Does that do more damage?
Enemies in the point there, you can see in the triangle in the preview.
Yeah.
Enemies that are hit by all the beams where they converge. Take a little
oh my god.
Wait,
it does like
area.
Got it.
And then
2.25 times the damage.
That's
wait, so you're telling me right now that that thing's on a 1 second cooldown. Yeah, the first part doesn't do a lot of damage, but as long as you hit it, you get a second of. You just keep on spamming it and doing damage.
Oh no no.
5 seconds, but it just fades out.
5 seconds.
We wanted to have something a little bit punchier. More like
flashbang people.
You're just gonna keep flashbanging them.
Didn't want to go with pure white light because
surely this is a mistake, right? It's not a 1 second cooldown.
Yeah. I don't know.
They turned off God mode. They turned off no cooldowns.
Absolutely, but
means that
it really does achieve this really fun effect.
Probably.
It's not like
surely
that is kind of a obfuscation more than
like
a true
a partial
blind. This is the second true blind in the game, where it is going to fully.
Wait, so that's literally raw.
From your screen. It is important to note that there are some differences between this and raw blind, and that you can still you keep your HUD elements
from far away over and over again.
God's made.
I feel like she's gonna be extremely mana heavy. I think you want to build off on her then.
I think this is the better way to implement the blind so that it feels like you still have some option. But overall, I'm really happy that blinds have been getting pitched. That's one of the top fan requests that we get all the time. When are we getting another blind? Shout out to my man F. Dot.
Blinds, really?
Brainstorm he was ever in with me. He pitched a blind for every single
one,
and I followed suit. And I'm happy to finally get one in here with Chel.
Aggro, hero of the people, champion of the people.
You say that until people get blinded and they hate it and they're like,
yeah.
Why did they add another blind? And you realize why we've done 2 blinds over 10.
Yeah, fair enough. So, well, cool. Let's keep the train rolling. Lunar Invocation. I think we saw this one a little earlier. Literally space and the moon, if I'm not incorrect.
Oh, it does something to your... Is this a heal?
No, this is the knockup, I believe.
No, but like, what does it do to a teammate?
Aspect of it.
Cool.
No, I think the cooldown is not going to be ridiculous, because look...
We have a Willish in the same pantheon.
This probably reduce cooldowns. This must reduce cooldowns. Okay. I was going to say...
I was really thinking, like, it wouldn't make that much sense to not have any synergy.
What does that do?
With a Willish, if she's in her pantheon using a moon ability,
doesn't look like
she should
it.
be able to set up for a Willish, right? So
I hadn't even thought about it.
Yep, that was the whole idea behind this ability. So Chel places down a lunar summoning area, and it does nothing when you first deploy it. It fills to full. It goes from new moon to full moon,
which is
following
so cool.
the crescent. Shout out to Ali from the animation team for making sure we were going the right way from right to left instead of left to right. And then once it detonates, it damages and knocks up enemies in the area.
Yeah.
And it will also heal any allies in the area. So that's where when we say things like affects an
okay, so it's like raw heal, except
ability,
it's instantaneous.
Chel places it underneath her own feet and her Odin. She gains 2 passive stacks because she would have healed herself and the Odin.
That's really cool.
It's not a huge heal. I would not consider, she's going to be a lower tier healer. In the assault tier list. She is not a tier 1 healer.
Okay.
Not an Afro.
No, not an Afro, Hell, or Raw.
Yeah.
All right.
But it is it's a small burst heal that is nice, but not.
Her kit so far seems very simple. Good.
Using it for the knockup is really, when you can, that's going to be your stronger option.
Yeah, if you're like setting up, prepping for a team fight, you need to top
it
off
looks
some
and feels
health pools,
good.
you got a few seconds, blow the heal, why not? But if you're getting ready to contest fire, you want to have that up. You want to save that for the offensive capability.
Exactly.
And she doesn't have a lot of defensive tools. This is one of her best defensive tools. If you're running away place it at your feet, if you place it at max range and continue to run, it will really like pop right as you get into it. Or if you place it kind of like halfway between you and max range, you can really get it so that you are in it as it explodes. And if an assassin or a warrior is basic attacking you, it will knock them up and heal you as you kind of run through it. You can place it in your way out.
So she has decent peel.
Yeah, they really have to make the choice. Like, do I follow, take the knock up, and keep trying? Do I?
She doesn't have a movement ability though.
She doesn't have a movement ability.
Awesome. So let's get into the third ability named Rainbow Crash.
Yeah. Okay. So if she's a goddess of rainbows, right, and we're using a lot of light, she has to have a rainbow arc. Like that was just a non-negotiable for me.
Damn.
Oh my God, Discordia.
Of selecting this kit. So she lobs out this arcing rainbow projectile, which again looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mixed with disco.
Damages and roots enemies in that
area.
It roots
these orbs of light that pop.
By the way, she can root into a knockup.
Rainbow that we're using.
Yeah.
By the way,
I think if you land the 3, you're guaranteed to land the 2 as well.
7 colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv and all that kind of stuff. That was a long internal debate. We feel comfortable with the rainbow is an infinite spectrum of colors, right? There isn't one number of colors in the rainbow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And if we are going to be interacting with the colors of the rainbow as much as we wanted to in this kit, the passive stacks, these orbs.
You know what this combo is probably going to be?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be like 3 into your 1, and then you use your 2, and then your secondary 1.
With 6 versus 7.
Yeah. 3-1, 2-1.
I respect my man Roy G. Biv. I do.
Yeah.
But we felt that this was the better direction.
Yeah, and like you said, take the color picker, click anywhere, click any 53 spots on a rainbow. You're gonna get different colors technically.
Yeah.
Going with 6.
Combo really well.
It was the right decision for us artistically.
Yeah.
Anyway,
She has a lot of CC.
And this is something a little bit different. So
Wait, she has a for one. All of her abilities have CC in them.
She reminds me a little bit of Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah.
These orbs do no damage.
Way over 3 of her abilities have good CC and damage.
In fact, Lermy, if you have Chel
she doesn't have a movement ability.
3.
This isn't gonna make anyone run away. So we're good.
Yeah, you're good. You can really barely see them because they don't matter to you as an enemy. You don't have to.
What do they do though? They don't do any damage.
It's for Chel and her allies because they gain movement speed upon.
So they don't do damage.
Again,
they just
going for that utility identity.
Speed. Okay.
Yeah, all your Odins are
now
stuck there. They've, I think that, nice, there you go. Getting some of that utility and just tossing this out and having allies, try and run to these orbs to grab them, it has been really fun.
Okay, so she's literally just like Morgan, because Morgan gets fucking movement speed in her 3.
538.
Up an orb. So again, no traditional movement ability.
This is literally Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah.
Good self-peel tools.
538. That's pretty. That's a fast fucking movement speed, though.
So Doom Orb's gonna be good on her.
Hurry.
You can only ever pick up one orb,
Absolutely.
right? So you're not ever stealing orbs from your teammates.
No.
So you can peel yourself with the 2 and the 3. You can pile up the 3 of your feet and root. Yeah.
Dead in the center.
You can root somebody as well and get movement speed.
Yeah, you just use your 3 if they're right on you, like a hasten katana, then just use your 2.
Yeah. Well, man, not only is that ability so pretty, watching all of those colors bounce
you can use it to chase people down
that all of the escape in this
honestly, I think Chel's CC peel is better than Morgan's.
I think that's really cool. Again, I'm a huge
slightly
fan
better
of
version of Morgan.
watching people show off how they take a kit that
although
could
she doesn't have a fear, and that fear is annoying.
Ways and kind of ebb and flow with what they think is best for their situation. It makes for some of the best watching and some of the best people for Smite players.
Yeah.
So,
Well, like it's just a better Anubis. Why are all these abilities just like, oh yeah, this is just this god?
Because you're affecting an ally.
Because you can speed yourself up, and then I'm assuming like you can move in your ult.
Yeah, this is literally just a better Anubis ult.
So
you
again,
can run after people.
Ways to get your passive stack throughout the game by affecting your allies, not just
I want to see the scaling.
Well,
I wonder if
this
the
ability
ult
being
heals
called
you as well.
Rainbow Crash, really cool. Kind of feels like you're getting punched in the face by a rainbow.
Like nail in the
a little more daunting title for the ultimate. Great end.
Oh wow, it's so small.
Another
Oh
gorgeous
my
title.
God.
That's similar to
Yeah.
Anubis.
Just 10 out of 10. Yeah, great end.
Oh my god, it does heal.
That's what I wanted this ultimate to be called.
It does something to your
Regardless of
teammate.
what the ultimate ended up doing. Her name.
Oh wait, you could
some
literally beam it on your
translations,
ally and
various
heal.
names
Can
that
you
go
heal
by.
your?
Great end
Can
was
you like
one of them.
instantaneously
Like,
heal your
that is
teammate
so
to full?
What a title.
I hope not.
Come on. Great
Wait, so
end
you
is
could
just
choose
so
to damage
sick.
somebody or just heal your teammate
and
with it?
This ultimate has been unbelievably fun to use. So you go up into this channel. She's
So she is
channeling
CC
this
immune.
intense rainbow energy in that beam. It's a constantly ticking beam.
Mhm.
You are freely able to move during this time, and I
Looks
believe
like
you have a
Aurora Beam from
backpedal
Pokemon.
penalty, during this time. It also instantly charges your passive.
Oh my god, it is
There are
Anubis
two
ult. Look how
pretty
fast it ticks.
ways to.
So she's got she's got double CC, root knockup, she's got movement speed,
damages enemies with each
like
tick.
Morgan.
It will
She's got a
heal
Anubis
allies
ult that can
that
move,
you hit. And if
but
you're
not only
healing
does it heal
an ally, then
yourself,
Chel
it'll heal
herself
the
will also
allies.
heal. And that's a missing health heal. So it's stronger the lower your ally is. Or the
Oh
lower
my
your
god,
health
her
heal.
ult is like a
You don't
fucking
want
med
it to
cloak.
feel like a free
It's a missing health heal.
drain tool if she's healing from damaging enemies.
You
all
also
that
get the
stuff.
heal
It's
if you
really,
hit
really
too.
fun. 1v1
Yeah.
in order to get
Wait,
heals
she's a
yourself,
support.
you have to
Wait,
be
that means
selfless
it's good support too.
But
It's not based off of
if
damage.
you
So.
normally just channel the ultimate, it lasts for 3 seconds. And this little time wheel around the edge right there.
Wait, you know, Chel might be a good hybrid god.
displays your time
Like
on
last gasp,
the ultimate, which is
maybe though. I
very
don't know about
handy.
how
It's great
good that
for
would be.
you. If you hit both an enemy and an ally with a tick, it doesn't count against your timer, so to speak, allowing you to cast this
God.
up to a maximum of 6.
What?
Double your ultimate duration if you can line up your beam. It is not
Oh.
as easy.
So it lasts
as
3
it
seconds if
sounds
you
like
hit
it
an
would
enemy
be.
or an ally, but if
It
you have them
does end
together,
up,
you get double.
You know, these ticks are pretty quick. They are a little bit slower than a Anubis ult.
Wait, so
Still
just
pretty fast, but with people moving
you could
around
just
on them,
Kabrakan ult this, no?
but it allows you to
Kabrakan
make
ult,
huge
you
game-changing
ult,
ultimates happen.
And then you use your 1 and 2 while she's in the back. Just
wait, this is actually kind of insane because then like you could have your front laner go and attack somebody, and it's like, oh well, they're gonna get mauled by triple ult. No, because they're gonna heal up from you.
And the other thing that we
oh no.
You have to try to like focus on healing your team though.
Subsequent hits, normally we decrease their damage.
Look at the damage increase.
But if you were just, if she was able to just death beam through a team fight and get big tick,
that lower their protection.
The subsequent hits were littler ticks. That wouldn't feel very fair. It doesn't really feel the fantasy. Instead, hers are increasing in damage the more you hit a target. And so each tick that you hit is going to increase your damage by a little bit. If you miss some ticks, it will start counting back down. So you can kind of think of it as like a damage increase tracker. Yeah. And if you're hitting, and then you just like miss a couple, it'll slowly decay. And then if you start hitting again, you can start raising it back up. So it really rewards those players who are able to.
So what I'm getting from this is I'm going to be seeing some teams where they with Anubis plus her.
Oh no, yeah, wait.
Double beam.
Wait, she can be the tank.
Just go and go.
And Anubis can be in front. He raps, and then oh no.
And then he just doesn't die. Not only that,
an incredibly relatable ability too. As a lifelong
I feel like if you have a full damage or a hybrid Chel and Anubis, you can just double ult the Titan and just win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
You're both CC immune too. Oh no.
You can just go up to the Titan and
I've shown off a lot of incredible gods, and I'm,
I think in Joust, I think she's gonna be a really good hybrid god. The amount of CC she has too.
I think all you need to do is just build like thieves on her and the rest damage.
I have ever
seen. Yeah.
I mean, the colors
maybe Sentinel thieves and the rest damage.
So much against, all the other colors that we have in the battleground. It's
yeah, you can go like
Kronos,
the MP5 and cooldown.
I'm sorry for every time you'd be like, hey, what do you think of this? And I'd say, make it more colorful.
It's pretty good.
I'm sorry. I know that was a pain.
That's great.
I want to see the numbers.
It was worth, I think it was really worth it. I think that her effects look incredible. Got to give a shout out to Allie, who was the animation point on this, but the whole animation team just did an unbelievable job. Because for me, for someone like Maui, who's very physical in what he's doing, even though he's a magical damage dealer. Like, he's swinging, he's running, he's jumping into the air. For animating mages, like I feel like it's a little bit tougher, at least for me to give that direction, because the animation time is so short, and it's almost always projectiles or deployables, and so a lot of it is conveyed through effects. But they found a way to really integrate her
for Conquest.
Feeling into these really
does she
animation, which is
I can see her going support, but I feel like she could go solo too.
I think she's better mid.
The tech art team, of course, Brian, the lead programmer on Chel was the same programmer that I worked
Jungle,
with.
no.
I wonder if she only heals herself from her ability if she's hitting allied gods, right? Anything.
On stuff for her.
No, she only heals for her allied gods getting hit.
Michaela or KD,
herself,
I believe. Yeah.
I
believe she heals herself. Well, she only heals. I think they said that you only heal yourself when you're healing an ally.
Tech art, animation, programming. Concept,
but no, the med cloak thing they're talking about, I don't know. I don't like that at all.
Like I said, designers
all those little ticks.
We put ourselves into these characters. Yeah. But it is never anywhere close to just us. That whole team really does the heavy lifting.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I get to show off all of these things, but that is my job. There's an army of people who do an incredible amount of work for all of this stuff, and I love the shout outs. I'm always there for it. So. Yep. Super excited.
Naja, Anubis, Chel.
A couple variety skins to show off right at the beginning. Crimson Light Chel, going to be one right available.
Oh, look at this art. Yeah. Hello, friend.
So cool.
Wow.
I mean, she's so,
I might actually start playing her a lot.
With nature.
Where the wild things are.
Jaguars in particular, a big part.
Wait, so what are all the like animals? I for sure thought like animals were gonna be involved.
Depicted with a snake on her head.
Yeah.
But having this jaguar pattern. She
and
in the lore, she births
and the rack
that go to the four corners of the earth and
hold
it up
seems
there.
really
so
good.
That, I think is really good. Awesome there as a nod.
He's even. I think what we were saying too. Her passive is poly.
The hair.
Yeah.
Game, but
kind of wild.
She has the best hair.
Although for like a hybrid, I don't think Poly's gonna be in that build. Maybe, I don't know.
The shape is because it is a clip that she is using there on the bottom in order to hold the hair in that shape. It isn't.
Wait, she could also go. I literally forgot. The breastplate of regrowth would be good too.
For her to have hair that can just magically hold itself as a goddess, but it is clipped in that way because it's a crescent of.
For those of you who are looking for cosplay opportunities.
No, she also heals her too, although it's not like
up,
anything consistent.
This art is just.
That is.
She's scary.
Dominating.
Great end.
Are those people on fire?
Well, if they are,
now that I'm thinking about it, she actually heals her team pretty well because she's got her Q consistently in her.
This color
even more rainbow
is just so good.
Oh, she's got a root and a knockup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have not done that.
That's pretty good CC. For
support. That is so great looking.
Yeah, it looks absolutely awesome.
Again, I'm just a fan of vibrant colors.
Yeah, she's probably gonna be kind of hard to dive.
Absolutely.
Is she better than Afra though?
Let's check out the card art too. You know,
probably
just
not.
the plain old default.
Yep.
Oh,
I say plain.
This is so wonderful too. I just love all the little details, especially with all the background details.
Why does her hand look like an ape's hand?
Yeah, and what a contrast too, because I think that's
the two middle fingers are together.
Character.
No, it's like the fucking texture looks like a gorilla hand.
Pivots between rainbows, the power of healing, somebody who brings, a sunshiny day and rainbows in the sky.
Sunshine lollipops and
rainbows equally have the power to destroy you and everything you stand for if it's not just. So absolutely incredible. And we also have some masteries.
Who decides if it's just?
Too.
Oh yeah.
In Mayan mythology, rainbows were sometimes not they weren't fun, happy. Oh great, it's a rainbow. It was like
she's surrounded by pussies.
It's a rainbow.
It was this is a bad omen of like this could turn ugly at any point.
Is that a cuckoo mask?
Necessary. So really playing up that idea, I think was really fun.
I can imagine.
Oh, wait, cuckoo's Mayan.
Masteries too.
Yeah.
So super exciting. And while we're looking at the masteries, time for me to call attention to something. When Marty came out, Martikaros came out, we kind of did a little impromptu race the diamond thing just for fun. We just thought it would be cool. And there were some people that really took to that. Y'all, turns out, Lermy is not the only person who guns for diamond right away. We have some really excited people who love to get in and get their hands on these new gods and really.
I don't really like diamond the way they look.
Build out, get their wins, and get that diamond skin.
Like these are cooler, I think.
So we're bringing back the race to diamond with Chel, except a little more formal this time. We wanted to give y'all a heads up instead of just dropping it for fun. So when Chel releases next week, we will be having a race to diamond. There'll be more information on our socials, so keep your eyes on that, like Twitter and such.
What do you need, gems?
We'll have a prize for people who make it to diamond. Again, all of the specifics.
Yeah, I just don't think this is as cool.
For that. But we will be doing a race to diamond, so prepare yourself, prepare the snacks, take a day off, and get ready.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking Tuesday off this time, so you don't lose.
I don't take Tuesday off, and I got on the Marty list, so.
That's true. Lermy is an unprecedented grinder.
Lermy. That's such a gross name, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, that does it. What a beautiful update show, literally, because of Chel.
Squirmy.
So super excited for all of that, for the balance, with some spicy stuff there, for GI Joe, the new HUD coming back. So to end it, I got a few things I gotta say first.
Okay.
PTS, you'll know it, you'll love it. There's so much stuff we want y'all to test out with the HUD coming back, with the new goddess. We have all the stuff we want y'all to get in and get your hands on. So PTS will be actually happening, pretty sure today actually. For PC though, for console you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow, but we're still getting it to you as quickly as we can. But so that'll happen.
Wait, there's PTS on console?
We will be on the prowl for all of the valuable feedback for all these changes, as we always are, because y'all are.
I think
I
tried to download it. I can't. I don't know.
To continue
I think
going
it's like
on, now,
if you were like
spicy thing.
in the first few seasons, you can get it. I don't know.
I can remember, and I've hosted these.
I tried to download it, it wouldn't let me.
That's no longer.
I'd be curious to see if they have like this. They do. Okay, now we get to see the actual things here.
Bonus damage, 40% of your magical power. That's fucking Poly, bro.
Wait, yeah. Wait, that's actually really, really good.
What's Poly's passive? How much of your magical power is it? That's more than Poly, isn't it not?
Yeah. Because like if you had like 800 power, right? It's like 350.
Plus Poly. Wait.
Oh no.
No. Poly's part of her kit. That has to be the funnest build. You just one-shot somebody. Your Poly proc will probably do like almost 1,000 fucking damage.
with the amount of CC you have, you could use your 3 and just poly.
Wait. The 1 is on a really fast cooldown. 6 seconds?
Oh no. So wait, that 40%? It's like 4.
The scaling is kind of weak though, but
that should be. That's still a lot though. That's actually a lot.
Bonus damage, 30% increased damage of that. Plus 250 base damage, more scaling. Same cooldown.
Yeah, her scaling isn't crazy. But the bonus damage.
Look at her base damage though on the
yeah.
295.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. That is a lot. 180 heal?
Weren't they just saying that it wasn't going to be a big heal?
No, that is a big heal. That's a really big heal, in fact.
That's like a Guan.
Cooldown is a little bit longer, but 15 seconds, it's like like an 8-second cooldown.
Yeah. Wait, let me read this again. So the range is actually a little bit shorter than the first. Interesting.
A little bit.
Alright.
240. Her base damage is pretty decent. Oh, her 3 actually has good scaling.
It's 1 1/4 of a root. Cooldown. Ooh, that's on a really short timer, yeah. 20%. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, base damage is really good. Scaling on this is really good too. Actually, this is probably, they could be pretty similar.
Alright, this heal protect 2% missing health.
Oh my god, 2%.
50 plus 7.5 of your magical power. Can you look up Anubis ult real quick? Just compare it.
Yeah.
Wait, it's on a 90-second cooldown? That's really short. Her ult's up at me real fast. Death gaze. This can deal up to. Focuses all energy. Okay, damage per tick.
15%.
43 plus 15. So go back to hers. I think so. Okay, so she does slightly more base damage, but then
Her range is a little longer, isn't it? I know it's the same.
Same. Okay, so she just has. How long does this last? 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Well, hers is
maximum 6.
He actually procs it more though, because his is 3 seconds for 0.1 second. A tick every 0.1. Hers is 0.2, which is so hers is like double, but that's still a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anubis actually procs like double. So I think Anubis ult is still stronger than her ult, but 50 per tick base damage is actually, she has a lot of good base damage. It seems.
Oops.
Like,
yeah.
There aren't that many mages that like their base damage reaches like the 300 range, or close to it.
Yeah, this is a 2% missing health. So I thought it was gonna be like it scales up the more it goes down, but if that's just like a flat 2%, that's
per tick.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know about that percent too.
If you have 3,000 HP, that's 60 per tick.
For 6 seconds, ideally.
You can easily get up to full HP on a tank.
Because what's that? 60 times 5? Which is 300. 300 times 6. Damn.
Well, actually, well, okay, so if I was multiple, let's just say it's for the 3 seconds. So 5 times 2 is 15. So it's 15 times, let's say 60. What's 15 times 60? 900, I believe. 900 HP.
Yeah.
That's
which
like
would be 1800 for 6 seconds, which is what I originally got.
You can essentially heal with your ultimate. You can heal a tank, someone that's tanky, for a third of their health.
Yeah, you just go. Well, I mean, if you wanted to, and hypothetically, if you wanted to use this ult, you could go in your tower and just like. Wait.
Or if you're hitting 2 people at the same time, then it doubles from 900 to 1800.
So wait, does the in order to get 6 seconds, the other person getting hit, it has to be someone on the enemy team as well as your teammate, or can it be 2 teammates? Pretty sure it's just the former.
It has to be you have to be damaging plus healing.
Okay, yeah, that's
if you're damaging them, then it's 3 seconds, and if you're healing somebody, it's 3 seconds. But it'll double if you're doing both at the same time.
And this only applies to gods, I would hope.
The enemies.
Oh. No, there's no way you can just like ult a wave or something.
No, what I'm getting from this is that if you can double the thing, if you're attacking enemies, keyword enemies and not gods, along with healing a teammate, does that mean that if you're gonna ult the Titan, you just have a teammate stand in front of you, you ult the Titan plus you're healing your teammate the last 6 seconds on the Titan?
It says enemies.
Yeah.
Usually when that happens, it's usually enemies, like all enemies. They usually specify by gods. That's cool. That's interesting.
So what I'm getting from this is that so we already established that Anubis does basically double the damage essentially. Or something comparable to that. If you have a teammate in front of you, then she's comparable, I'd say.
Let's go. I'm gonna start playing her a lot.
You have double Anubis ult.
Polly.
Plus Polly, yeah, that's fucking insane.
Oh wait, her next basic attack has no movement penalty either.
No. You can like kind of.
Oh, she's a Chiron 3.
Yoink yourself forward.
Okay.
And that bitch has good range too. It's wider as well. Okay, so we need to see how she is. It seems like she'd be a really good. It seems like she's good everywhere. Actually, she'd be really good full damage.
Yeah.
Definitely good hybrid. Let's see how she is like being like a full on tank.
I don't know.
Her base damage isn't horrible.
Yeah.
And then she's also got like a root and a knockup that's art and a heal.
Yeah, I could definitely see her play all the roles. I think. I don't know. I don't know what should be better. I guess I'm pretty sure mid would be better, but.
Wait, I'm just saying where she could work. She could definitely work in those other roles.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, she can definitely be the best carry.
Oh, I mean like support.
Oh, you mean the best jungler? No. Yeah, she could probably be a support.
Probably best though. Pretty good actually.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then all the other item changes with mage. Tanks sort of getting a buff. They didn't really nerf hunters except for the first item. I feel like they should nerf crit a little bit, but they kind of just buffed it recently, so.
With the Surcat buffed it.
And then the Aphrodite nerf is, I don't think, I guess it's in the right direction, but I don't think it's gonna do all that much.
No, it's not gonna do much. She's still gonna be banned.
Yeah.
If anything, the percent pen is gonna make her slightly better.
Yeah, because she's not gonna be able to die as quickly.
She's not gonna die. She's gonna die even slower than before.
Well, yeah, that was Chel. Do you have any any last words you'd like to say about all this? Yeah, and with that being said, thank you guys for watching.